Wednesday, May 3rd. I am here with Rob on my channel here. We've switched
Yes,
chairs.
that's the
I'm in the
position.
I've got the mouse. I'm ready to do my clicking.
Yeah, but there's
And
no damage to misclicking in this event, Gavin. It's not
that
actually
is that
real.
is
This
true. This
is
is the
this
wrong
is
time for me to
magical.
have grabbed
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I
S-
chose the wrong table. Oh,
yeah.
no minus imps for you.
So we're here kibitzing the USBC, the 2023 USBC. This is the quarterfinals. There's 8 teams left in the event. What you're looking at right now is the the score sheet, the leaderboard. You can see that there were 3 big leads in there. Nickel jumped out to a pretty big lead in the first set against Goo. They're up by 52. The
Hmm.
Levelwitz-Simpson match, which is looking like the close match and a pretty interesting one to watch, is only a 6-imp margin, and Fleischer's up by 32, and Rosenthal also has a big lead. So it's
Yep.
interesting to see that there are a lot of imps available in a set. These are really long matches. You can see there's 8 segments. It's 120 boards. So
Yeah, there's lots of time for anybody behind to catch up, but you would guess like the big leads you see here could happen in any of these other segments and kind of get pretty exciting. And these are grinds, aren't they, Gavin? You've played in so many of these events. I mean, 8 segments, 2-day events. That's a lot of bridge to be had.
yeah, I mean it is. It's hard. Honestly, we did it four-handed once, and playing
Yeah,
four-handed is,
and
is
you won it forehanded. I
we,
watched it
we
all. It was
did we did. I
amazing.
was a lot younger. I don't think I could do that now. Like it was.
It
I
wasn't
mean,
that long ago,
well, it
dude.
was. It was. I don't know. It was like 3 kids ago. I don't know. Like so, I feel
Really?
a
It
lot
was that
older
long
now.
ago?
Nah, I
Sheesh.
mean I don't know. It was 2020. I don't know. I don't remember. 2013. It
Yeah.
was not 3 years ago, but it was
Okay.
a
Yeah.
long time ago. I definitely feel like I've gone a generation farther. So
Yeah.
yeah, so they're playing this event. It's about to start in a minute or two. They'll be sitting down and we'll get to watching. But just for the people who have never, who've just stumbling on this for the first time, this is a special event. This is qualifying a team for the United States to represent the United States at the World Championships in Morocco in August. But this event, unlike every other event of the year that we play, normally obviously it bridges a card game. We play with cards, but for this particular tournament, the United States uses a different format for selecting their team, where we use computers. And I'll show you some pictures. I
Yeah.
can
Show
pull
the
them
picture
up.
of the
Yeah.
way they're
So
playing this.
this is
It's
so
awesome.
the players
This is
are
our friend Onum, isn't it?
divided two to a room. So it's just you and your opponent, and the other 2 players of your table are in another room. And this is to minimize the amount of information that can be passed between partners. It started out as a way of minimizing the exposure to COVID, but now it's just kind of kept it around because it's a lot easier to organize the tournament, I think, and it's also a pretty fair format. There's some argument on some people definitely are not thrilled with the idea that
Yeah.
we're not playing a card game with cards. I think there's a place for it, and it's definitely I'm a big fan of it anyway. You can just kind of see that when you're in the room, there's a lot of advantages because here's the pile of Chromebooks that they have in
Yeah.
the
Yeah. It looks like those tablets I have also.
right. You they yeah, you have exactly like your stack exactly. So on the one of the things that's great about this is that you're in a room with only one other person, so you can speak to them freely. Unlike at the bridge table, where you can't really speak because it'll give away information to everybody at the table. Your partner can hear you, but this is
Well, and
nice.
also maybe if you have an adjacent table that's in a match point game, you don't want to be talking too much of that either. So this helps in all those situations, really. Although pairs, I guess they would. Do they do it this way in world pair events?
Oh,
Do
I
they?
got Josh. Josh is here. Give me a second. I'm gonna get him
Oh,
on here. I
nice.
think maybe.
It's just like old
I don't.
times.
Oh wait, I don't see him there yet, but I see him. Josh, can you hear us?
Speak, Josh.
No. Okay.
Oh. Well, he'll be here in a moment.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll figure it out. How
But
to
I
get.
think I think we were looking at these, Gavin, as far as the two matches we were thinking about, and we were thinking table 2 and table 3 looked interesting. Some of the matchups are pretty interesting in both of those. So I mean, we can jump around and sweat
Yeah.
any of these tables and boards, but that's a yeah. Look at this. It's Zach and Michael,
Against
Gary
Billy
and
and
Billy
Gary,
at
that looks like
that.
a pretty
Yeah,
good table to watch for sure.
sure. Two of the younger
Especially because
generation.
they all play standard, so that's
Yeah, and they all play well. They all play
yeah.
standard and real well.
And then
And,
in the
and
Fleischer
then the
match,
Fleischer
who's
match.
sitting where? Looks like so Mexroth and Zier against
and Kevin
Shan
and
and
Shan.
Kevin.
What
Uh,
system do Kevin and Shan play? They play precision.
yeah, I think they play a strong club. They play,
Got it.
yeah, and they play pretty aggressive style. So I mean, it'll be interesting. And at the other table there, Marty and Chip play like a more modern 2-over-1 system with transfers after one club opening,
Oh,
and
interesting. That's a
yeah,
nice mix.
and I think Roger and Dan also play something like that. The transfers after one club, I imagine. I don't know. We'll see soon enough.
Yeah,
The
sure,
the
sure.
play is supposed to start right now. It's supposed to start 5 minutes ago, and it seems like everybody's sitting at the table. So and we know that because their names are actually clicked in to those spots. You can see Shannon, Kevin, all eight
Gotta love
names are right there.
technology.
So
Yeah.
we're just kind of waiting, waiting to for the play to maybe if we can click right through. We were talking about this table. Oh, they have
There
started.
we
Okay,
go.
there you go.
Boom. That's just a great table to start with too. So what's happened so far? No Trump by North, pass double, which is
It says the explanation here. We can clubs and a major,
or
or single
single
suited
diamonds
diamonds,
or
or
a good
a
two
good two
major
of a
bid.
major bid. I've never heard of that one before. But
So what is the major they're
he
trying to
doesn't have a
rupture?
major. Yeah, I wonder what that is. That's so he just can't believe that he's supposed to pass out one no trump, so he's
Uh,
decided to balance with
and
double.
Michael has a hand that's probably gonna like scope out
So
a major suit, maybe? I don't
what is
know.
this system? So it's either clubs and a major, in which case partner could pass.
And Zach's a passed hand and in the balancing seat, so maybe they play like maybe they just have no
Well, he
idea.
typed this in. This is one of the
Yeah,
beauties of
this is
this.
self alert, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he typed this in himself: clubs and a major, or single diamonds, or a good two of a major bid, of which he doesn't have any of them. So
Lucky.
now partner bid two clubs. So that's very good for Wes because now he can actually pass. I guess that was his plan. And let's see what happens.
Do you
So
think this is is that an obligatory bid by Michael? Basically, is that just the standard
well, no,
response, and
because
Zach knows he's going to
if
do
one
this?
of the
Or
bids was clubs and a major,
I guess they could bid two.
then if he preferred a major to clubs, surely he would have bid. But that's what he has on this hand. It's really weird to me that he bid two clubs.
But yeah, it's weird. If you bid two diamonds, what would that be? That would be I don't know. It seems it just seems weird. I don't know.
Yeah. What
But
he didn't he alerted the pass, but he took a
yeah.
clubs and a major.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay. So it's almost like a little bit of a misrepresentation, and it might, and we'll see if it pays off for him at all.
Well, he did. He definitely looks like he did pretty well to balance because if it went 1-0 all pass, what was East gonna lead? They had a very difficult lead problem. Did
Yeah,
they
no
lead?
kidding. Probably a spade, but I mean, anything could be reasonable. From diamond could be really good.
Sorry, I'm just helping Josh for a second. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
kind of like don't, but not. It's a little bit weirder than don't for sure. It made sense if it was don't because it would just be a single suit because that would certainly represent the hand that he has here. But it's amazing they're vulnerable in this spot too, Gavin. With this eight count, he's kind of just stepping in there.
Well, look,
Off,
if I had a way to show clubs in the balancing seat, I would definitely do it. Like when you have a
sure, but
singleton, it's just so likely your partner's going to lead your singleton. And starting against one no trump,
uh,
when partner leads your singleton, it's just they're going to make it. So
and if you look at that, that's a really reasonable lead for them, and they're going to take four tricks and spades as a result, right? On this hand,
yeah,
if they
they
lead a
would take
spade versus
7
one
tricks
now.
easily in one no
Yeah,
trump on a spade
yeah.
lead because they
They got
take
it.
4 spades, 2 hearts, and a
Communication back
club.
and forth. Yep.
Yeah,
There he is.
we got him. You got him there. So give me a second.
I
So
see.
then I will show him
I
on
see a
stream.
fit and trim Jadon.
Okay, there he
Like
is.
this is like old school. I mean, this
Josh,
is like
welcome.
3 years ago.
Can we
Thanks.
hear you? Okay, there you are. Good. All right, now let me just see if I can
You
add
see,
you.
you see what's going on here, Josh. It was the double by Zach was clubs and a major, or diamonds, or what was it, a good two major bid or a good major suit, something like that, Gavin?
Yeah.
Can you click on it and show
Sorry,
Josh what it
yeah, I
was?
will. But Josh is just getting in right now.
Hmm.
That's what you can
Clubs and
see.
a major, or single diamonds, or a good two heart bid. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, but there's a lot of ways to like arrange those sorts of things, you know.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard of that particular one. It doesn't seem
Mhm.
like he really had any of them anyway. He just wanted to
Right.
bid.
Right. He has an interesting play in clubs here too.
Yeah.
Josh's name on the board here, and then
He doesn't need a name. Everyone knows who Josh is.
well, and it's not going to work out that well because it's white on white, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. Oops.
Who? Wait. By the way, who is only 15 words? Because they are
That's
definitely
Babs.
They're fluffing your feathers, Jadon. They're fluffing your feathers there.
It is.
I know.
Babs.
That's why I come actually.
Oh, Babs, awesome. Very nice.
Oh, he got the clubs right.
Yeah,
I really
very
don't know
nice.
what's happening this hand though.
It's actually weird to me that Gary played the king of clubs instead of the queen of clubs at trick one. That's kind of a pretty important thing to remember, is that when your partner leads a trump, and you have
don't
the
need to be
king queen, your partner would never lead a trump from the queen. So when you keep the queen in your hand like that, declarer knows where it is. But had Gary played the queen of clubs at trick one, you're much more common that you would lead a low trump from king third of clubs than queen third. Like, when was the last time you led from queen third to trumps? Unless it was like an auction that was absolutely
like
screaming
for a trump
lead. Yeah.
Did he play spade from dummy there to the ace? So he's going to get spades, right? Is that right?
Well, spade from well, he's in two clubs, so the spades, he just lost the spade, and he's going to lose two hearts, and as long as they don't.
I'm looking at this as in the one no trump contract we talked about earlier. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Jadon has kind of distracted me with his youth and exuberance.
It happens to the best of us. All right.
Not much.
So if the opportunity presents itself. I was combining two there, two expressions. We have an analysis board that we can go to if we want to dig deeper into a hand, which is a common thing you see in chess broadcasts. We're trying to weave it in, but just finding the right moment. Like right now, the play is kind of over. They're in two clubs, and there's nothing left on this hand that is interesting. There's basically what do they have left? They're not going to lose any diamonds. He's just got to draw the last trump, and the hand is over. And you can see that East-West, just for what it's worth on this hand, East-West balancing won them a swing because one no trump made, and two clubs is going to make three. So they're going to win 5 imps for his balance. And it's just so common. It's so unbelievably common that balancing when you're unbalanced, bidding in the balancing chair, one no trump pass, when you have a singleton, it's so important to balance if you have a systemic way. Look, Zach it looks like his system didn't even have a way to show clubs.
Yeah,
and he was
he
like,
found a
still,
way to
I
get
got to
that.
do it. He's like, I know it can't be right to
Well,
pass.
I guess he would have
that one,
passed 2 diamonds or something like that, because there's something in the chat here where maybe maybe 2 diamonds would say, hey, I prefer diamonds or your major, right? Because they have to have one or the other, I guess.
If he had to, he would have probably pretended a 3-card major was a 4-card major. If he had to.
That true, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like he was doing.
He had kind of almost like a takeout double situation, except he had 6 clubs.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. And this is something Gavin teaches, how important it is to balance there.
Yeah,
kind of,
even with stiff king, it's good for you there.
Your strength almost doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you're unbalanced that makes it right.
The weaker you are, the better it is to balance. The weaker you are, the better it is.
Yeah. So,
all right. So what's happening here?
And,
yeah.
Is it going to go Michaels here?
Yeah, white. I think that we'll see him bid Michaels with all of his points in his 2 suits, unless they have some special agreement for Michaels that the old school thought of mini maxi is out the window. That's something that I learned mini maxi Michaels when I was taught bridge, and it's just wrong because we like very often, especially when you're vulnerable, you're basically never bidding Michaels when you're the mini hand. It's not usually right to put yourself out there. So Michaels shows like a good enough hand to go to the level you're going to, but this is a perfect Michaels hand. We
should call it constructive Michaels.
Yeah, exactly. It needs a new name because mini maxi is we got to get that idea out of the bridge world.
It makes sense at the lower levels, right? When you're trying to teach people how to actually bid correctly and keep it in some sort of similar area, but at the higher level,
I try to teach people that it's not good to make 2 suited bids on very light hands, because what ends up happening is the opponents buy the contract because you're so light. Yeah. And now you've just told them all about the distribution. And
it's just so easy to play against, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, in this hand, I think South, a lot of people will play some sort of transfers here where 2 no trump might show clubs. But even if he wasn't playing that, I think South will just bid clubs. He's got to get his clubs in.
He'll find some. And 3 clubs would just be kind of this hand, too, right? Because they'll have some certain ways to show the other suit constructive, right? They'll
quite possible, yeah. So There
Well,
it
not
is.
in this auction. You just have one cubit available because hearts shows spades and a minor. So really, two spades would show a good raise.
Oh yeah,
in hearts.
they don't have both suits here. Yeah, it's one or two.
But one thing that's nice about watching Billy and Gary is Billy is like one of the more resistant people to playing like modern methods. So what we will get to see at this table is some pretty straightforward bridge from those guys.
Right.
All right, so once he heard that
South has clubs.
South has clubs, he now
Zach
knows
has a
that
nice
they have.
preemptive bid. He's going to be surprised when partner has two hearts over there, probably. But I guess with South bidding clubs, not so much maybe. But those hearts are.
He might regret bidding 4 hearts.
We can see that the contract in the other room was 5 diamonds doubled down to. Interesting, like. At this
did they have this similar auction? Is this kind of the route that they took?
I don't know what I'm about to do.
Oh, yeah,
but
don't worry. Don't mess it up if you don't.
No, I'm gonna click the button and we're gonna see what their bidding was. But no, the other table didn't work, so that means
I think Zach's gonna double this. I think that Zach and Adam both are very.
Oh, yeah, that's 4 hearts. They're just fine.
I find they just tend to double everything. I'm actually surprised he didn't, only because I always see them double everything.
Really, they're swinging for the fences.
Yeah, and this is not like a fit auction. It's true his hearts are under the bidder, but it's not like you expect Dummy to have so many hearts.
Yeah, Dummy's not going to have too many.
Okay, so
and Dummy bid club. Well, you're.
I dragged it too far. My bad. So you can see here. This was the auction in the other room.
East
it was
clipped off 5 diamonds. Okay.
Same bidding, but then East bid 5 diamonds, and it went past double. Okay. Yeah, that was the wrong thing. Where are we going back?
This is really supposed to bid 5 diamonds because they kind of have exactly what they showed, and if anything, their strength is all in spades, not in diamonds.
Yeah, they have a lot of defense with the Ace King of Spades, and the they definitely like partners short in spades. That's another thing.
Yeah, and you're almost guaranteed a hard trick when you're sitting at the West chair as well. Like
I think you're almost guaranteed 2 hard tricks, basically.
Right.
You even have the 8. If the 10 wasn't dummy, you could cover it with the jack and still get your 8.
That shift does not look like. Yeah, it definitely. Well, it didn't matter on this hand because the partner's hearts are so good. It's not going to jeopardize the trump trick. But what?
I think he's going for if his partner has the ace of hearts, he'll just get a club rough, right? If West had the ace for the hearts or something like that.
Good point.
Maybe it was hard to get a count on the spades. Like the signal could have been consistent with if they were 2-2.
Is there a way for me to show played cards on the site if I right click? No. There's no options or a way to show the ones that have already been played. What about if I do diagram? Yeah, there it shows, but it's not as nice of a view. But there you can kind of see the cards. So it went King of Spades 5, 7, 3, and I guess they're playing standard carding. So the 7 could have been low from 3, but it would be really weird for Zach to have 3. Maybe they're playing upside down carding, and it was likely to be a doubleton.
Yeah,
well, especially because Zach with 4 diamonds also, right? So he's not going to have 3 spades in this situation, right?
Yeah, he's not gonna have 3 spades exactly. There's no chance of having 3 spades. All right, that's funny that that Billy's agreed to do UD upside down. I'm surprised to hear that. Like of all the things, like in fact I think that I've been at the table with Billy before and said, "What's your carding?" and he just looked at me.
Why you asked?
He didn't answer. He just looked at me like what do you mean?
Because everyone knows he plays standard carding.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
All right, so good decision by Michael to leave them in 4 hearts. It's going to win another swing here.
Swing it again. And this was our closest match, right? So, good. We have a live stream score on the left as well. So they're up 11. They're going to gain here as well.
Yeah, quite a few imps, right? What was the vulnerability on this hand? Nobody vol. So it was 300 and another 100 is or one. East-West have got 3, 4, 5 tricks because now West is end played. They're gonna have to give them the King of Diamonds, so it'll be another 9 imps for the Lebowitz team. Oh, that's the only thing he agreed to. That's pretty funny. So if you're watching this on the Bridge Winners Facebook page, or if you're watching it on my YouTube, the best place to get involved in the conversation, I can't see your comments right now. The only way if you want to get involved in the conversation, you got to come over to twitch.tv/WolpertBridge, and right on the Twitch stream, we can interact with your comments. So, sorry if you're saying hi over there. There's no no response.
There you go. 8 tricks. All right. So now we have a little bit of a lead over here. 20 imps at this point. Lots of time left, obviously. What are they playing? 15 boards or 16?
15 board sets.
15. So they play 60 a day, and then boom.
Oh, thank you for sharing it on Facebook. Appreciate that. Like what we're trying to do, like it's been pretty hard. People are not having an easy time finding these streams. So anything you can do to share, it's not normal. Normally people are on BBO and it's the VUGRAPH thing lights up and it's pretty easy to find. So when we have these broadcasts on a different platform, it's not as easy for people to find it for sure. And Facebook is a great place to share it. So if you are on Facebook, bring up the Bridge Winners page, find the live stream, share it with people you know. And
how many?
More people.
I was just going to say, how many hearts are you going to play if Billy overcalls one heart and he passed, and now it's probably going to go a diamond, a spade. What's North going to do? They're not going to do anything, right?
They don't have the right shape for a takeout double.
Yeah, they wish.
And they're not strong enough for a strong no trump overcall, so it's just going to go pass. And East could either rebid 2 clubs or 1 no.
Or 1 no, yeah.
It's not clear whether he's going to be bidding 1 no or 2 clubs. 2 clubs will show the 5-4 hand, but 1 no will get across the semi-balanced distribution. There you go, 2 clubs.
Yep.
I think at match points, I think you're typically supposed to just bid 1 no.
Probably
not,
more
not
likely.
Play 2 of a minor, but yeah, teams, I guess.
2 clubs seems like a pretty safe bid in this format here, right? Is North gonna?
I find it interesting. Bailey's pass. I mean, I think it's pretty close. Maybe some people would bid 1 heart, or there might be some people who would bid it if they weren't vulnerable. The 10-9 of hearts, they're kind of.
I'm gonna say the 10-9 of hearts is not inconsequential, right?
But I could see why someone would pass vulnerable. It's pretty close. I think it's actually kind of borderline.
Yeah.
Here he would have gotten to a nice fit.
Yeah, that's true. There are contracts all over the place on this board.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I think that would make sense that some people overcalled and some didn't. So we have all kinds of auctions going on, and some rebid 2 clubs and some rebid 1 no.
Yeah.
And some North might double on the way out and some might not.
Yeah, it's the like we were talking about this morning, Gavin. There's more than one pathway to the top of the mountain, and there's a lot of different peaks on this mountain for sure.
Yeah. I think he's going to make quite a lot of tricks here because he can win 2 clubs and just start running spades, throw both the hearts away.
Yeah, spades are behaving very nicely for him as well.
The diamonds on side. So he could make a lot of tricks here.
And Michael's pretty happy to see this dummy. He's like, oh, the opponents have a 9-card spade fit, and we have this many values. Thank you. This is probably not the worst spot for us. And here's Gavin, what you were talking about. Here is Billy just leading low from King 10-3 of clubs, right? Mm-hmm. Which is, you're not doing that from Queen 10-3 for sure. This is a time where if it's happening, it could be this for sure.
This is definitely an auction where you want to lead trumps. When they pass opener's second suit like this and don't take a preference, West thinks East diamonds are longer than their clubs. So anytime East has the same number of cards in both suits, they're always going to take opener back to their first suit. So the fact that West passed 2 clubs means that there's a much higher likelihood of West having a singleton diamond, which would be the reason to lead a trump, to cut down on the roughs and dummy. So Bob 11 overcalled a heart with the south hand.
And what did Steve do?
It went negative double showing 4 or 5 spades with that West hand, and North showed a 4-card limit raise. East still bid 3 clubs, which is pretty interesting to me because that's a big bid. They bid 3 clubs, and it went 3 hearts, which was him saying, "I have a terrible overcall.
Please don't bid anymore."
I have no interest in going to 4 hearts." And then West competed to 4 clubs, but it didn't.
Oh, okay.
So I think 4 clubs was the mistake. It seems like 3 hearts was down and 4 clubs is down.
It was 3 clubs down. You'd lose 3 spades, a diamond,
4 clubs is
and a
down,
club.
I'm saying, and they weren't 3 hearts going down.
And hearts is down because you lose 3 spades and a diamond, right?
And a club, yeah, exactly.
And a club, yeah. Everyone is like, surely a 1 heart. I mean, non-vulnerable, yes, that is surely a 1 heart overcall, right? Would you guys agree?
Non-vulnerable, yeah.
White, are you just in there with 1 heart always?
I would absolutely overcall with heart. I mean, I would overcall vulnerable too. I honestly, I would. I'm not like dying to overcall with a 9 count, but
you're not loving it.
It's now or never. Like you saw, they got blown out of the auction with hearts. Hearts in particular is just, you're gonna get blown out. It's okay. I'm sure that I'm not even sure what's right. I don't even know if it's right or wrong, but
Yeah, right.
I know I trust Bobby Levin. If Bobby Levin
Yeah,
overcalls,
right.
he's a pretty sound player. And so if he thinks it's right to overcall, then
Sure. And it's like we need a Monte Carlo simulator on the side of these broadcasts just to have it chew it through a million times to see what's right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, who knows? The human aspect makes it the most fascinating part.
I remember there was a time I was playing at the club and my mom was actually kibitzing me, and I overcalled on some hand with like nothing. I don't even remember that anything happened. And she goes to me, "Why'd you overcall? I thought you're supposed to like take up room or request a lead or something." And I said, "I'm not sure why. Let me think about it. I just know that I do." And so I thought about it. I'm like, I know why I overcall, because it's important to sound like you have something. And I think that's actually valid, that like just bidding makes it a little more confusing. Like at the other table where they competed all the way to 4 clubs, no one knew whose hand it was or who was making what.
And that's why what I tell my students about opening light is the same thing. Like if what's more easy for you? What's easier? Is it bidding without the opponent's opening in front of you, or when they open in front of you? Which way's easier? And
yeah,
I mean, it's just
sometimes
harder.
you just don't know who's kidding around. So,
Yep.
anyways, we're on to another one.
Yeah, you and we discussed Bobby bid a heart, and they found their way to 4 clubs at the other table. Yep. And here we go.
So yeah, I mean, look, that's a really nice hand Gary has. He's got an interesting rebid problem over a spade. It's gonna go. Well, I'm sure Michael passed over a club.
Vulnerable.
But I mean, I can't. That one's even more.
You would bid 1 heart.
I
you wouldn't bid
prefer
2.
this overcall with East than that 5-3-3-2 hand.
But you would bid only. You wouldn't preempt with this hand.
I would not. No, not
vulnerable.
I'm not. No.
Good. Yeah.
That would be scary. But
it is a nicer looking hand, even with fewer points. But the flip side is your partner's already passed hand, so you're not going to miss as much probably.
Yeah, right.
So it is interesting that this hand came up just next. And it's
he's saved by the 2 diamond overcall.
Sure.
Like when I have that north hand
and
they overcall 2 diamonds, I'm like, oh, thank you, and get to make my support double, showing 3 card spade support. If it didn't go 2 diamonds, I don't know what the right bid is. With the
is it going to go checkaroo here? Any chance of that?
Not yet. It's totally possible.
I think that's what he's going to do. It's a past hand Zach Grossack vulnerable overcalling 2 diamonds. Like I would be thrilled to pass 2 diamonds.
The biggest thing is that it's Zach sitting there.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just saying.
He's super rando here.
Past hand Zach is like.
And they have the earlier thing to draw on where he has a 6-card club suit and no major and no diamonds.
There it is. He passed out the double.
You don't have a spade.
This is good for his range, though. He has a good hand.
Yeah, he does have a good hand for his range here, for sure. So, I mean, because he's gonna take probably. He has 7 tricks. It looks like, as long as he gets the hearts right. In fact, if they don't stop him from getting a spade rough in dummy, like that's gonna be the kicker.
What are you saying, dude?
They have time. They have every time he plays a spade, they could play a trump. Although they have to make sure that, like, let's say he leads a spade from dummy and South splits, then now it's not so easy for South to get on lead again to lead the second trump, and North can't lead the second trump. So it's all a little complicated.
Super interesting. And Pixie, just from your chat earlier, it's not on BBO because they're playing this actually on a different platform. Basically, they're playing on Lovebridge. And earlier we showed you they're basically 2 players just sitting in one room across from each other. And they're on tablets basically, or Chromebooks, I guess.
Where's the picture of the 2 of them actually in the like that?
Yeah,
that's what they're like.
This is what it looks like. This is you and your screen mate in a room alone with 2 little Chromebooks playing bridge, basically. So that's why it's not on VUGRAPH, because they're just all digital now, or at least for this event.
This hand's very interesting. So another possibility, if he wins the club, is that when they get in, North could just keep playing clubs and South could discard a heart and keep them from getting a heart trick that way.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's actually a perfect defense. Yeah.
But it's hard to say what's really going to happen.
Well, it's pretty. He's going to win and play a diamond.
Oh, well, South's going to split. Splitting makes it much more hard.
Honestly, this hand's kind of a readout for South, just because West is a passed hand and he knows he's got good diamonds. So I mean, the chances West has got Ace Queen Jack. Okay, well, I take it back, but the chances that West had Ace Queen Jack of diamonds and the Ace Jack of spades is 0. So So I think he could have known to duck the spade.
It would probably work almost all the time, but then the one time it doesn't, West has like Queen Jack 10 fifth of diamonds, you'd be like kind of feeling like a fool. But I think it would work like 95% of the time to duck the spade. Probably, you're right. That's a good point. So he did play a diamond. So now the problem is South can't win the next spade easily to play another diamond.
Yeah, but they can.
Ooh.
But now he can win a heart.
Duck.
Now even if he gets, the thing is on the heart lead, if he had ducked, South could get in with the queen of hearts.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now. He's gonna get to he can even he can even overtake the spade now because so like when it goes spade jack, as long as he plays queen jack off clubs, throwing the heart.
Yeah. So throw a heart now, and he doesn't. Right, they don't even need the fourth spade trick because South will be trump tight before that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So basically, Zach's gonna go home with his diamonds and the ace of clubs. Right, he's gonna end up with 6 tricks and go for 500 here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see people bidding 2 diamonds. Last year in the trials, I didn't overcall on some hand like this, and Levin overcalled, and I was like, wow, really vulnerable. And the partner in that hand had like 5-card diamond support, and we were called for 5 diamonds, or so it's like it wasn't it was like a heart pass a spade instead of a club pass a spade. And he's like, you really don't overcall that hand? I'm like, oh my god, I didn't overcall a hand, and Bobby did. I'm like, what is happening here? It's like and that taught me that in this spot where it's like pass and something. Oh, he ducked, but it doesn't matter. He can get a heart rough and.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. They already shook the queen of hearts on that last club play there.
Yeah, I feel so guilty if I don't bid on a hand like West, and then they get to like 3-0, and partner leads a low heart from the king instead of a diamond. And it was my chance to help. To me, this particular hand is like all about the lead. You just know you must get a diamond lead, basically. I mean, if you find a diamond fit, that's a bonus, but it's not really why I would overcall.
I don't see what Gary's thinking about here. It just seems like partner threw the queen of hearts. Oh, maybe he thinks partner has queen jack third of hearts.
Then he probably wouldn't throw one. Why would he throw one?
Yeah, he wouldn't. There would be no benefit.
Well, no, he would still want to get him out of the way.
He's probably he's just being careful or reconstructing the hand.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be how many down at the end, and the other table hasn't actually. Do we know what they're in at the other table?
It'll be assuming he plays a heart now. That South can rough and play a trump, and then West just gets his ace queen 10 of diamonds for 2 down. But if he plays anything else, like if he plays the ace of spades or a club,
2 on down.
He's ace of spades, rough. King of hearts, rough, queen of spades. He will not get the 10 of diamonds, actually. The ace of spades back, I think, will also beat it, too, because he will eventually
Jules is saying 3 hearts in the east is the contract over there. They were in their 5-2 heart fit, it sounds like.
This is the only table that so far has produced this score of 2 diamonds doubled.
Not surprising.
I wonder if that's
I think a lot of people would have been hearts with.
Compton overcalled
that's
one
true.
heart.
There's a lot of 1 heart bidders. Yeah.
Corbell overcalled 1 heart.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, if nothing else, you have a 6-2 heart fit. At least you wouldn't miss it. They missed it here.
Yeah, that's right. This was they had ace and a king and 6 empty hearts. Right?
Bart Bramley overcalled a heart, so it looks like Michael was the only person in the field that didn't overcall a heart with that hand, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty sound, vulnerable.
He's playing with Zach, I get it.
One of them's got to be kind of relaxed, right? Yeah, right. There you go, Pixie. The main upside on this hand is to keep Zach from bidding 2 diamonds.
That's why I make bad overcalls so partner can't make a worse one.
By the way, I think you just figured out the optimal strategy for Michael here. It's perfect. Right.
We don't know what's happening here. He could be asking questions, or it could be a director call, or it could be just frozen. We don't know.
It could be a technical issue, maybe also. Who knows?
I think it's just a technical issue in his brain right now. I don't think that he's definitely thinking about what to play. It's very clearly it's a key moment of the hand. This is not a spot that I think that something's breaking down. He knows that this play is going to matter. He's thinking about playing a club so partner could throw something. But the thing is, he knows that Declare is going to get to rough a spade.
Yeah, so, really doesn't want to let that happen.
It can't really be wrong to ever give partner a heart rough because they're always going to be getting M played trumps.
He's worried that partner doesn't have a heart rough. But if that's the case, there's nothing we can do.
Kind of over, right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then West would have passed originally with 6 diamonds, and South would have passed a double with only 4 diamonds. Because if West has one less heart,
he played a club. Wow,
that's interesting. So does this actually work out the same? Possibly?
No, club rough gets. Now West gets. Now it's only going to be down 1.
So you had a little malfunction. They still did so well on the bidding that this is still a pretty good score.
Sure, but they left a few ducks on the pond there, right?
You know, it's always, I always say this, it's always easier for us. Somehow at the table it's harder.
Okay.
Cobwebs.
I just don't see how this could have helped. That's what my problem is. That like I just don't see how, like, now he knows that Declare is going to get to rough a spade now in dummy inevitably, and then take the King of Hearts whether partner was roughing it or not. So it doesn't make sense to me that he's playing a club. Yeah.
I mean, they
What's
can always
up,
think of
Krish?
something. I don't see how it would help either.
Ooh, that's Krish. H4,
Yes.
H5. What's up, buddy?
Yes, the mics are working.
It's so weird to see everyone's got different
usernames.
names,
Yeah. It's different. It's definitely different. It's not. You got to learn who's who. It's definitely an experience. All right, so this board is over. Let's check out the scores. Let me bring up the where are we? That's the wrong one. Let me get you the live scores. Let's look what's going on. This is what happens when I'm in charge. You can see in this set. You can see Levine's the only one who's picking up imps. That match is getting a little bit tighter here. Yeah, and Lebowitz, obviously, we see it. There is 21-0, but they're about to lose a little swing here on this next board. Yeah, Nichols just they're out of the gate hot. They didn't play yesterday, and they showed up and got to it quickly. All right. Yeah, Billy's in the trance here, but Billy knows there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, it's over. Here it comes, and then it just goes heart rough, diamond end play, right? So
yeah, West gets his ace queen of diamonds.
So this is going to be a push board after all.
Because they went down 2 and 3 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that was 7 imps. That cost.
Too bad. You're right, though, man. It always feels much, much harder when you're not looking at all 52 cards and sitting in your living room, right?
I have to say, sometimes it's easier when you can't see all 52 cards. Like there's sometimes where you just like
it's more fun.
But I sometimes have a harder time thinking about how I would play the hand when I can see them all. When there's an obvious line of play, when you're just looking at the two hands, you just can see the right line of play very easily. Like I've had a few times where I'm thinking, how's he going to play this hand? Well, this would be an interesting line of play, and then the Declare plays it in a way that, oh yeah, of course he played it that way because he knows that it's always going to work. So like it's hard to analyze and talk through a line of play sometimes looking at all 4 cards.
This is going to be a clear 2 heart bid, right?
I mean, this is not literally how it will go, but it's almost like 2 hearts past 7 hearts, kind of.
I mean, that's
pretty
pretty
close,
good hand across
right?
Is Michael has nothing to get involved with after 2 hearts, actually, so he's out.
I mean, I'm not literally saying Sap will bid that. They could certainly be on a club finesse on a lot of hands. I don't think
you play some sort of preempt key card.
Yeah, I think
right? So 4 clubs would be
exactly. Most people play what's called poor man's key card. I would imagine most people in the field play it where 4 clubs over a preempt. Ask partner for key cards, but the answers are a little more geared to the fact that the partner can't have
very many.
so the answers over 4 clubs would be 0, 1 with, 2 with, exactly. Although I in modern bridge,
2 with is ridiculous.
Yeah, opening a weak 2 bid with 2 with the queen is not a thing.
It's actually surprisingly hard to bid 7 the more I look at it, because what really makes it is the queen of diamonds, and how will you ever find out about that?
You won't.
You know,
right? Do you have any sort of bids that you would make? Like, would you ever start with 2 no trump to kind of see partners kind of whatever if you have?
I mean, it's definitely in the game. Like with the system that I play with Warren and that my teammates play, our 2 no trump has a way of finding a secondary 4/4 fit. And with the south hand, if you could find like diamonds as trump and then ask for key cards in diamonds, it's a lot easier to get to 7. You know, yeah.
I know there's some precision situations where you're playing 2 suited key card, which I always found fascinating and endlessly confusing also.
Right. So what Gavin's saying here is not that he would play in diamonds. Instead, he
but he gets to find out about the queen of diamonds in an effort to play hearts.
Right. And that would be very important if it happened. Yeah. I mean, that would work if partner had 4 diamonds, but it still wouldn't work here. There's not really a good solution to this playing normal methods that I can see.
Nice.
Yeah, we call the system Vinny. Yeah, because Vinny invented it, and we took it from him. So
I just saw Vinny today, and my niece and nephew got to meet the great Vince
Okay.
this afternoon. So that
I'm
was a big win for them.
and I'm playing hockey with him tonight. It's our second last league game, and we're
Will you
right.
stop over before and say hi to my my lovely niece
I
and
would love to
nephew?
do that, but you were not on the way to the rink. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell them you said that, and my niece happens to know you.
I know.
Not
I
everyone
know.
knows. Vinny
Here's-
is
What's up,
Vince to
Nicole?
me. Just so everyone knows, someone's
Here's the
asking.
preempt key card right there. Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny is Vince to me. Someone's asking.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, he's not asking. He was asking Vinny because he knows that my system is Vinny. So that's what brought up the word Vinny. Yeah.
I see. So I think South. I want to think about South's bidding problem because let's say South finds the king queen of hearts, and let's say they assume partner had 3 spades. It would be a little weird for partner to have only 2, although it's possible. So if partner had 3 spades, basically the same shape they have, you could count 12 tricks, right? 6 hearts, and 4 top tricks and 2 spade roughs would make 12. Yeah. So the queen of clubs would be a finesse for the 13th. So it's almost like an opportunity where you could go for a swing, where you could kind of feel like a grand slam is on a finesse. And of course, it might be cold anyway if partner has the queen of diamonds.
In differing states of the match, you might make different calls.
Yeah, also, you don't want to usually bid a grand slam that's going to be on a finesse, but if you knew it was like specifically on a finesse, it's something you can think about.
This should be one with the queen, by the way.
Yeah. Exactly so 3 hearts showed a minimum, 4 clubs was key card, 4 spades he clicked the alert. This has kind of become the norm for how we handle these alerts on these tablets. Yeah. Is the quickest thing to do is just alert it and send the bid, and
if
then
somebody wants
type in the bid after. No, you have to type it in afterwards. Not worried with clubs. Oh, because it went double. It went lead.
Right now that it goes double.
They get the nice. They get an inference from that as well.
If your screen's gone blurry, it's probably an internet connection. Just hit the refresh button. Yeah, it's not.
Does the 3 heart minimum kind of steer him towards 6 hearts in general? Also on this auction, now that partner kind of showed.
Yeah, when you combine the 3 hearts minimum with the double of 4 clubs, I think there's no chance of bidding 7 anymore. It's
Got it.
Impossible.
Yep. Because it's such a crucial double for you with the queen, ace, queen of clubs in this hand, right?
Right. That was going to be often your 13th trick.
Yeah.
So it's just hard. I mean, I'll be impressed that if someone did bid 7, they would have to really know about the queen of diamonds or have been taking that chance that maybe they just need a swing and it might be on a club finesse. I mean, the play will take no time, 1 second.
Yeah, right.
Especially in 6.
Easy one. And they did not get to it. Did you see that score up there? Did you talk about it?
No, I did not talk about it. So at the other table,
they didn't open 2 hearts?
No, they did. South bid 2-0. North said good suit, bad hand. And then South bid 3 spades with an alert bid, but no explanation. Okay. And it went past, and partner bid 4 hearts, and they just left it there. So they played 4 hearts, and that's going to be a full 13 imps.
Yeah.
Wow, he didn't even bid a slam. That's amazing weird. When you look at South's hand. I mean,
when you know partner's got a good suit.
But also, if South's 3 spade bid is shortness, why wouldn't that excite North?
No, I don't think South's 3. I would be really weird for South's 3 spade bid to be shortness. I think they just had a misunderstanding. I don't know. 3 spades to me there would just be natural. I don't know what else it would.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. It's weird. That South hand is a moose opposite a 2 heart open. Red 2 heart open.
Like you said, partner showed a good suit. You don't have a heart loser. Where are you really going to lose? If partner,
exactly.
We need partner to have 1 spade to have a lot of losers. Something.
And you have ace 4th and a stiff ace. I mean, wow.
So somebody bid 7 hearts. Kevin Rosenberg and Brian Platnick, who are down by a lot in their match, so it's not that weird that they attempted to bid 7, and he just bid key card. Heard his partner say he had 1 with the queen, and he jumped to 7. That was.
I think that's exactly what I'm saying. He
went 2 hearts, 4 clubs, 4 spades, 7 hearts.
Yeah,
that was it.
Oh, wow. He kind of just thought it might be on a finesse. I bet.
Yeah.
Hoped you to win a swing that way.
Unfortunate for them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then who else we got to look at here? Shannon Kevin had also asked to know. Partner said medium hand, and then they key carded, got the double.
I like how some pairs that's a medium hand for them, and others it's terrible, and
yeah,
that's true. It could vary depending on your style.
Zach is a good hand.
Yeah. Well, Zach would open 3 hearts. I'll guarantee it.
I mean, he's hard to play against, right? That makes it pretty difficult.
There was a hand not long ago. I was at the other table from him, and I opened 2 hearts, which I thought was normal, and he opened 4 hearts. So, who knows? I guess I'm a curmudgeon.
You're an old timer now.
I am now. It's hard to believe. When did it happen?
I don't know, but it's funny. You're an old timer, but you're probably in the best shape of your life also at the same time. So you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, no, Dopey isn't. Most people don't play
Not bad.
Dopey and Ropey when they play like those lower key cards and they double, because when they double, there's a more urgent problem. Because like what happened there on the last hand was it went 2 hearts past 4 clubs or whatever. It had some bids in between, but when it goes 4 clubs, the person who bids key card doesn't always have that suit well stocked. Like they might have king empty 4th of clubs or whatever, and so they really need to know that they're like when it goes double, it becomes more urgent to figure out, hey, do we definitely have first or second round club control? And so that's a priority. So the common way to play over these low level kickback auctions or low level keycard auctions is to play that when you just still respond normally, because you don't have a room problem, so you still respond normally when you have a club control. Like they had a singleton club, so they just showed their 0 or 3, and if they had 2 club losers with no control in clubs, then they would pass, letting their partner
would redouble show
redouble.
first round control?
I
Or
no,
would
I don't
redouble
know.
just be
Redouble
like-
would confuse the issue. I wouldn't redouble. Like Joe Grew likes to play that redouble says, you know what? I actually need to hear how many keycards you have. That's what.
Oh, it
that's
reverses the
Joe
key
Grew
card
agreement.
sequence.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
that's
don't know.
interesting. Huh. Josh, you?
I mean, I usually play the redouble here is to play, which doesn't make sense after opening 2 hearts, but that's just my general agreement.
Got it.
And then if partner wants to not play and wants to bid slam anyway, then they still answer key cards. So it's not that different.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're not going to spend too much time looking at this little 1-0. These are the hands, in my opinion, that make bridge unmarketable or whatever on TV. You can't sitting and watching a grinding 1-0 trump where, first of all, they're the slowest contracts by far of any
'cause
contract
you'll
in bridge.
have a lot to think about.
There's so many details in 1-0 trump. Although this is actually moving at a reasonable pace, but I'm like, I hate 1-0. I wish that there was a rule in bridge that all undoubled 1-0 trump contracts are just automatically making. And so we can move on to the next hand, because they take a disproportionate amount of time compared to like slam hands that are very important and game hands that are touch and go, where you really need to take your time and there's actually imps at stake. 1-0 trump, it's just like, I don't know, you're playing for 1 imp or 2 imps, and I definitely I can't take it. I hate 1-0 with a passion, not because I hate playing or defending it. It's just time.
Well, I've got a brilliant idea. Then about chess boxing. So obviously we should have bridge boxing, and during 1-0, a dummy can just go like box another dummy or something. That would make it entertaining to watch, right?
Wait.
I don't know
explain
what that
that
is.
further.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know what
lost
that
me
is.
completely.
Have you never heard of chess boxing?
No,
No.
I don't know what that is.
It's literally you box around and then you play chess for a few minutes. Then you box and you play chess.
You
We box, like, physically box.
like with boxing gloves.
Yes, this is a big thing.
We would lose half of the bridge world, actually. You imagine like toe to toe with like, I don't know.
This is a serious thing, because it's funny, because then like you're trying to play chess, but you also just got punched in the head a few times.
Oh my! It's like that slap, the world slap league.
I'm sorry,
That's
how
what
is
you're
that a
talking
thing?
about.
That's really a thing? That's the most ridiculous thing
By the
I've
way,
ever heard.
is this the
It's
story
really
you
big.
wanted to hear in the chat? Is that the one you want? Someone's like, tell us a story. Slap.
See, now it's sparking discussion. I'm telling you, it's an idea.
Let me tell you something right now.
Gavin
I
versus,
am not I'm a lover of people, but there are several people that I would want to box between rounds in the bridge world.
But I just don't understand, how can people who are good at a mind sport willingly subject themselves to people
boxing.
punching them in
Well,
the head?
No,
Like,
it's the social media generation. They'll do anything for a follower.
I'm going to assume that like the people who are good at mind sports aren't punching very hard either.
True.
I'm sorry, but like
I'm not going up against Vince. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way.
No, Vince would be great. He'd be probably the best player in the world at this sport.
Exactly.
He could be, yeah, he could be for sure. I would definitely want him on my team. Is there team boxing tag?
Honestly, there's a few ladies in the bridge world that I would be afraid to go up against as well. So I'll just throw that out there.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. I mean, maybe it's because I follow chess. They actually have these events sometimes, and I'm not saying they're like as big.
Gavin
as
would sign up for bridge hockey in a second.
But I would not be the best by a long shot. There are a lot of like Feldman's a way better hockey player than me. Vinny's better than me at both games. I'd sign off.
Well,
Yeah.
All right. So as you predicted, it's a slow 1-0 here. And
Shocking.
the other table's kind of sweating the same action.
So where's my little score sheet? Let's check out what's going on. So
Yeah, good call.
we've got Fleischer's up 20. Levine's making a little comeback here. How have they made their
Goo
comeback?
actually got on the board for some
Levine
reasonable stuff.
picked up 7 imps. On which hand is this? This is the hand that They picked up 7 imps when East Open, Dan Corbell opened 1-no-trump with a 10 to 12 or
Are they
something
Yeah,
like
playing
they
weak
that.
no
played
trumps?
12. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
okay. So that definitely
They
boxed
got
them
to
out.
play
And
2
two
spades.
spades
Wow.
makes easily.
So that's a big win.
And then in the other room, it went a diamond. Dwyer overcalled a heart, and they got
There it
to
is.
3 hearts, and 3 hearts went down. I assume one.
And this is another
down
one where
two,
they
maybe.
played. Didn't they play
What?
4 clubs at another table also?
They did. They
competed
competed
up to the
because
4 club
they
level.
bid three.
Yeah.
They bid 3 clubs here with Zia's hand, which is, they went a diamond, a heart, a spade, or a spade.
Well, no, if they won 7 imps, they must have made 3 hearts, right?
Oh, did they make 3
Yeah,
hearts?
they did.
Yeah.
They did. I saw the score from the other table. They gained
I mean,
it.
How
it
did
can
they
go
make
down.
it? They made
Something went
it
wrong somehow.
Yeah, just click on the
diamondly-
other table, Gavin.
Well,
It'll show you that.
I'm just seeing the how it went. It went heart to the queen, heart back to the ace. Did they end up getting an end play? Oh, they ducked the diamonds. You misread the diamonds. They only lost
There it is.
1 diamond trick. So
I
how
see.
did he?
Zio was worried the lead was a singleton, and if South had started with Jack third, going up king would cost a diamond trick.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. And then so that was the one swing. The other swing they made was they missed game and bid game on this hand. What was this hand? They bid 3-no trump with the north-south cards. Oh, that makes some sense. I mean, they had 15 ups at 10. In fact, it's a little weird that they didn't. When a club, a heart, double, showing 4 spades, 2 clubs, which should have
is-
diamonds.
Or
Yeah,
heart
sure.
Interesting.
Transfers
Yeah.
after one of a major double.
Great.
North bid double, showing 3-card spade support. Pass. 2 diamonds, non-enforcing. Pass. And Chip bid 3 clubs. Yeah, I guess he didn't really. It was an awkward number of points that Marty had only 10, and so he didn't really feel comfortable making
And
an
that's why you
invitational
overcall
bid.
with the East End also. That's why you bid a heart rather than passing.
Yeah.
This is the hand that exactly.
Yeah, it's like
double.
it's definitely. And in the other room, they played 3-0. How did their bidding go? It went a diamond precision by the 10-point hand. Okay, good luck not getting the game after.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I think Dwyer, Kevin, and Shan basically always open 10 counts, at least when they're not vol.
Because they also play precision too, which makes it easier to kind of open
This
light.
was the
and be
style
flexible.
that Justin Law used to do with Kevin Bathurst. Basically, you just open an average hand.
And then you just have a
Okay.
normal auction there, right? 2 clubs. Okay, we're back to the no trump hand.
Yeah,
Nice.
just
8
in
total
time.
tricks.
Perfect
Good.
time.
And that was your 1 no trump sidebar, folks. Welcome
Yeah.
back to the action at the table.
You're right. It's kind of boring to watch one no trump, but I think it's actually fun to play.
My favorite contract by far. I love playing 1 no
Yeah.
trump. And I take my time with it, which is
Usually, you have a lot of options.
wow. This one will be fun.
Yeah.
Michael's
No-
probably going to open a spade here, right? If
not
he's
Michael.
a
No, not
young,
Michael.
modern
No.
player.
No, definitely not. He's of all the people. He's just a good sound bridge player. And it's not like Michael's super sound. Like
Zach's an open heart, though.
We have seen him not overcall a couple times so far that on hands that other people might overcall, but
Right.
he's a pretty aggressive player too, Michael. He's not like I wouldn't have him pegged as somebody who just like always has a huge
Wow,
hand for his bidding.
Zach passed this hand.
That's so weird. Yeah, but I guess because he
Sure,
has no
Michael's
It's
gonna
spade.
over-
it's in his range of like chicanery, though. This is going to be interesting. It's going to go a heart.
A spade overcall now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bit of spade now, which actually
Yeah.
keeps him out of spades, unfortunately for him. But that's sort of just something that happens from time to time.
Yeah. Right.
South has no bid. I mean, he
Right.
3 clubs weak jump would be maybe an option. Actually, probably not that bad of an option. White against red.
What does Zach do here now that
I mean,
he's
you could bid one
passed?
no just to get out of one spade. It's possible.
West is gonna bid because oh no okay so
He's
that's
just
where he
going
is.
super
So they're
deep
just-
game right here.
Well, they're just he's never taken a call. Would you have put the odds on him never bidding on this
This
hand?
is going to be the
But-
surprise dummy of 2023. I
But
think.
Kohler's got a weird one too right here. He's got
No
17
kidding.
highs. He was planning to open a heart and rebid 2-0, but now
just
this
gonna bid 1-0?
opportunity of defending one spade has presented itself. He could bid 1-0 now, and just to be clear for the audience, that when a heart, a spade, pass. Now when
would be extra
when the
values
opening
for
bidder
sure.
bids 1-0 trump, they are actually showing 18-19 balanced, 17 because it's a 5-card major, but because partner didn't get involved over a spade, so you wouldn't be bidding 1-0 trump here with a minimum opening hand. That would be. Yeah, there would be you'd be always passing out one spade when you were to balance minimum. So when you bid 1-0, you're showing a good hand. And now Billy can see with only 5. It's like a weird hand. He knows that partner's got 5 hearts and probably 3 spades. He does not think his partner has 4 spades, obviously.
Yeah, and
'cause
he doesn't
has
want to bid
4.
2 clubs and just totally
I don't think he would mind playing in clubs. Actually, the thing about two clubs is it might help them find diamonds east-west. But I mean, he expects partner to be balanced, so there'd be nothing wrong with playing two clubs.
East West is great in diamonds on this hand, right? They other than Ace King of Hearts, if they go Ace King of Hearts and a heart in diamonds,
just talk about that lead for everybody. They're playing, a Rusinow lead here. So is this is the standard honor lead for them, the 10?
Seems like it. Yeah, there's just obviously the normal way to play would be to lead the jack. You see that sequence, and but some people agree to lead their second, second of the touching honors.
I think I much prefer passing out one spade to bidding one no. He has the strength for one no, but he's not vol, so there's not really a big bonus getting to game, and he's unlikely to have game. Like how much strength?
I think he's really unlikely to have game because partner didn't make a negative double, and partner's short in hearts and probably short in spades. Like to me, I think that I would have passed out a spade. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some people pass.
I think the way to think about it is
partner, trick one. Unfortunately,
if you're north, you think to yourself, partner is either very weak, or if they're not like super weak, then they must have some spade length because they would bid with some points in short spades, right?
Makes sense.
So. Either way, you could defend one spade.
I'm definitely surprised South didn't run to clubs. It's a little. It is a little like it seems pretty clear you'd rather play two clubs with the South hand than play one no.
Yeah. So is one no, 1 2? I haven't even looked at one no.
So one no. We're back in one no. Should we really watch it? But this is just.
This one's kind of an interesting one because it's gonna. The King of Clubs is an interesting choice here.
Well,
he has an entry to dummy for sure, and he can
he's setting up the clubs,
set up clubs. And Zach's already pitched a diamond on this hand.
Yeah, they would have 7 tricks right now, except the diamond is gone. And I don't blame him for pitching a diamond. You want to keep 5 hearts, and you're not going to throw a club from queen third either.
Yeah, he's just the worst.
Declare just doesn't have 7 tricks, right? 3 spades and 2 hearts, 5 and 1 club. He actually has to duck this King of Clubs. If he wins the Ace of Clubs, then the declarer is going to be able to set up the club suit and then eventually use the Queen of Spades. Oh no, there's only one entry. No. What am I talking?
Just the Queen of
Spades.
Oh yeah, no.
If he right. So if he wins the Ace of Clubs, then declarer can just lead a club and knock out the Queen and use the Queen of Spades. But if he ducks it,
Sorry,
if he ducks the King of Clubs, then declarer can play another club. But now there's only one entry to the South hand, the Queen of Spades.
Lose the Queen of Clubs
and the clubs aren't good. Yeah, so he has to duck this. It's funny because looking at it, you're thinking, ooh, it's tricky. He doesn't have the Queen and he's leading the King. But even when declarer doesn't have the Queen of Clubs, it's still right to duck right here. But he's going through every possible permutation. It could be a single.
You wouldn't want to duck and find partner had declare had king third of clubs. You just want to think about
or stiff king.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he won. He won.
I mean, king third is basically impossible because he has 4 spades and 5 hearts. And
ducking next time wouldn't have helped him because he has to. They have to duck this trick because now once he wins this trick, they can't duck the Queen of Clubs anymore. It's going to go the next time. It's going to go 9 of clubs to the 10, Queen.
Well, they can, but it just won't help.
It doesn't help. Right. He had to duck the first round so that when they play a second round, he wins the ace, and they don't have another club to knock out the queen. That's the key. Right now, North still has a club in his hand, and now he can play the 9 of clubs to the 10, and Zach's not happy that he pitched a diamond.
Yeah, but I mean,
to me, I don't see how it could be right to pitch a diamend.
A heart might make more sense, I guess.
Well, he can. I guess if he pitches, he's worried pitching a heart is just going to give declarer a heart trick. But maybe that's enough. Right. No, it's not enough.
I think it's more of an instinct. Like you feel like you want to keep 5 hearts and queen third of clubs, but maybe if you think about it, you really don't need all 5 hearts.
Especially when you have a.
Like it's sort of a diamond's a very natural pitch, but that doesn't make it right, of course.
Yeah.
All right, the other room they managed to get to 2 clubs.
Interesting. Maybe they had a similar auction. Is that possible? I don't think so. Did West stay out of the auction over there?
So the other room, the auction was pass also, 1 heart, 1 spade, just like our room, but now West bid 1 no trump. heart of spade pass, 1 no trump by West.
With the 0-5.
With the 5-5-3
yeah.
hand, yeah. And now North made a takeout double or value showing double, or I don't know what that is really with 4-5-2-2. Again, I think I would just pass 1 no with 4-5-2-2. Like, are they psyching 1 no trump vulnerable? I don't think so. Like, you know, your partner doesn't have very much over there. I think it's a little strange to make a takeout double with 1 no also. So
but it worked really well, didn't it?
Well, great. You found your partner with a 6-card suit, and then the opponents didn't compete.
Right.
Like what are the, what?
Well, I agree with you. I mean, double sounds more like takeout of spades, if anything.
It's takeout of spades. That's what it is. It's a little it's a weird bit. Anyway.
Well, I mean, that was a lot of action for not much, right? It was a one in swing.
Okay.
Whoa,
anyone want to say hi?
That's a surprise.
Hi. You can say hi.
Hello, Josh's girlfriend. That's what we know you as at this point.
And
would you like to introduce?
This is Tasha, and this is my cue to leave.
Tasha, would you like to say hello to the dozens of followers we have right now?
Yeah, how many? Like 3?
Yeah,
193.
Generous.
Nice to meet you, and Josh, thanks a lot for joining us, buddy.
Yeah,
no problem. I'll see you next time.
You have more important things to tend to. Later, bud.
Okay. Delete. How do I get you out of here? Remove.
Delete Josh.
You're out. You're out. He's gone.
Ooh, we're back. Okay. I don't have any attractive girlfriends coming in to annoy me, Gavin. I'm sorry.
Okay. My daughter burst through the door a couple times. So, all right. Pass, a diamond, double. South has a Yarborough. He's gonna pass, and
Zach gonna pass.
And Zach is, I mean,
right?
Who knows? He's either got a 1 no bid or a pass of 1 diamond. He could be thinking, like, I want a little revenge.
I was just going to say the last hand he didn't get a chance to bid his. I mean, this is a heck of a. There we go.
Yeah, wow. So this is just a good rule of thumb. It's usually not right when the opponent's W in one of a minor, like it's even more so in club. I feel like Zia or somebody once told me you never pass out 1 club doubled, and when you're the 1 club bidder or the 1 diamond, you see there Gary's like, I'm getting out of here. It can't be right to stay in 1 diamond doubled, but they don't really have anywhere to run here.
Right.
The South is going to bid hearts. He's running away, but they've got nowhere to go. They don't have a landing spot here. East West has 26 high card points, and North South does not have a fit, so they're in serious trouble. So 1 heart is going to be they're going to survive in 1 heart by taking how many 2 heart tricks and 2 club tricks is what they're entitled to on this hand, I think. So they're going to go for 800.
He alerted the pass, which is something.
What did he alert it as? Let's see.
I don't know.
In theory, forcing.
Got it. And forcing to either double or bid, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Double looks pretty good from his perspective.
So just a reminder for those of you just tuning in if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube and you want to be a part of the conversation, jump over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/WolpertBridge. That's if you're watching this live and not as a video. If you are watching on Facebook, please share it out so other people can find out about it. It's not as easy to find right now, so please definitely share, hit the like button, hit the share button. I don't know, all of the Facebook things. So so 1 penalty double by East. They're running for blood. They went for blood with the pass of 1 diamond, and now they're dead to rights. So I think we're going to see a trump lead, even though he has he has queen and 1. He's going to actually. Interestingly. He did not. He's going for a spade rough. Okay.
All right.
That might actually be worse for him though. So they're in
1 spade doubled at the other table too. It's a good hand.
Mm-hmm. We'll take a look. We'll watch the other hand afterwards when we have a moment. We'll take a peek.
Catches up first.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, when we have another 1 no, which we inevitably will, we'll jump back and check out the 1 spade doubled action. So it's gonna go spade. See, again, these hands, it's amazing how often it's right to just lead trumps. The problem is, though, I guess on this hand, is you're a little bit blocked. East-West, the diamond suit's a little bit blocked. So even if they drew trumps, it's possible that they would always find their way to a north south is inevitably going to take 4 tricks, ace king of clubs and 2 heart tricks, and there's nothing that you can do to stop them from taking those 4 tricks. But then it's that 5th trick I think we don't have the double dummy
It's
thing
elusive
on
at the moment.
It feels like it's going to show up though. It feels like it because now it's becoming so spade rough. They're going to have to lead a low diamond over and another spade to rough with the queen of hearts. But still,
I guess they could do it. If
it's still
they're either
looking
going
like
to create a diamond trick for north if they don't do that, or maybe even in the wash as
that's
well.
6 tricks, and then the ace 10 of hearts would be 8. That's ace king of spades and a spade rough is 3, ace king of diamonds and another spade rough is 6, and then the ace 10 of hearts. That's 8. That's 8 tricks for 2 down. Only 2 down.
All right, let's see what happens.
So he's reading that 7 of spades.
And 1 spade went down 2 in the other room. 1 spade doubled down 2, so they're fighting for a chop here.
I want to take a look at what their auction was. What board number is this? 23.
Yeah, just
the other table button
actually.
Won't send us where we want it.
Does the scorecard hook you up with
Yeah,
something?
I got it. 1 second here. Bring it in right there. So at the other table, when a diamond double
You
pass.
skewed up the
again. Why does this keep happening? All right. Okay.
I don't want any calls of misclicks in the chat, folks. Just leave them alone.
So a diamond double pass. He just ran into a spade. He didn't redouble.
Yeah,
so
he
just
didn't
went
get
a
part of
quick
the
penalty
option,
double.
yeah.
And in spades, he took. They
Yeah,
did
king
lead
of spades.
trumps.
There you go. Yeah.
And then they played a heart around to the 10. They just got a heart trick. So they got 2 spades, 2 clubs,
And a whole bunch of diamonds.
ace of diamonds.
Oh, they got a diamond rough instead of an actual.
With those
diamond
5
trick.
tricks there, you can see the 5 tricks. Or no, not 5. There's still a heart. What happened here? Club, and he played the queen of spades, and he played the king of hearts, getting the queen. And so he got the jack of hearts and the king of clubs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So back here, what happened here? This is
Michael. He went spade. Yep.
Ace of spades, king of spades is what he went. And the
he's
reason that he played
unblocking.
ace of spades, what's going on?
What just happened there?
Yeah.
It took away the king of spades from the.
Yeah, something weird is going on.
It was just.
I'm gonna go back, and then this is what I'm gonna do. Close here. Am I at the right table? No, I'm not.
No, we're at the.
No, all right. I'll find my way there. 1 second, sorry.
Okay,
I'll find it. No, it was
You're in the scorecard.
this
there.
one, but now I got to go to the other table there. It's not clickable, so something weird's going on.
You're looking at the result page, I think, right?
I'm just going the long way here.
I like it.
I don't know what I'm doing, but it's gonna work. Oh, I was almost there. That was in the right place. It's the open room of this one. Sorry about that. No, it's the wrong room. Ah! Okay. Excuse me. So it went spade rough.
Oh no, they
Diamond.
played ace of diamonds, diamond to the jack.
Yeah.
So they cashed the diamond, they found the diamond back, and now it's going to go spade rough with the queen for 6, and then they'll get their ace 10 of hearts, right?
That's what it looks like. He and they can't get another heart. Yeah.
Right. So that looks like a chop. Also,
It's a push board. It's 2 down.
That's so funny. And this is an auction you would probably never see at like an advancing players table, like an intermediate table, because it's really hard to figure out how to penalize. But I will actually call you to a really good lesson that you did, Gavin, which was going for blood. We were talking about that the other day at the Everglades, actually. So that's just in the pros handbook right there, right? Just kind of getting those opportunities to take a good plus score when you might not even be making game sometimes.
Yeah, this time I guess was East West making game on this hand. I don't even want to touch the screen.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't seem like a good idea. Let me move this over to the other side though, and that might help me a little bit.
I like the way the interface is good here, because they do anytime you're looking at a bridge program, you're trying to fit so much information into a small kind of square box, and this is this is
It's
not
clean
hard
for
to look
sure.
at.
The
Yeah,
navigation,
it's
the
nice.
navigation between the back and the scorecards was a little bit off. Like there should be a button, the other table button. Like when they have that result there saying one spade
Yeah,
double,
the other table button could be activated for
I want to be
just
able to either jump to the other table or I want to look at that hand. When I see that,
sure.
I see that N one spade double -2, and I want to click it to have that result come up. That would be pretty useful.
Yeah, is he thinking about?
He's thinking about not roughing. He's thinking about it doesn't matter though. We can see at this stage that West is going to over rough on this trick no matter what. He's going to win the Queen of Hearts, and
Yeah.
that's
Well,
it. There's not a lot more to this hand. East is going to get the Ace-10. If he roughs, is it worse for him?
it might be, right? Well, how terrible could it be? I guess. Yeah, I mean you can get burned in any format, right? With these sorts of decisions, but you know, in a lot of spots, especially when it's good for you, you're just going to take a much better score in some of these situations than you have capable of, than you're capable of taking by playing it. And sometimes you might go plus 800, and now the game is irrelevant.
The one who passed a diamond doubled,
How'd they get it?
Andrew Rosenthal went for 1100 in one
Ooh.
diamond doubled.
He floated it as the North player.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's too bad. You wouldn't float it as the North player with 10/4 of diamonds, right? You would take some action to
Yeah,
kinda
you just don't
try
leave
to
one
run.
diamond doubled. Yeah, it's
Okay,
just
good.
not going to work
Yeah.
out well.
We did talk about that, but it's nice to remind everybody if they dropped in.
Mhm. There's really it doesn't matter from here because East is going to get the 8. You can see the 9-8 and the 7 of hearts just make it so that right here on this trick, East can rough with the 10 of hearts, but that's it. He's got
Winner.
his 2 tricks.
Yep. Plus 500.
I mean, the answer for that going to blood is just like it's obviously the most attractive when you have like 22 to 25
Yeah,
high card
yeah,
points.
exactly.
That's the spot.
It's
That's
easier.
the sweet spot where you're just always going to get a good board at match points. When you have 26, you really want to have more trumps than the level that they're at. So like if
And the other, just sorry, Gavin, I didn't realize you weren't done.
no
Keep
go
going there.
no, it's all good.
No, I was just gonna say, the moral of the story is match points stinks.
Yeah.
Match points is a really, really hard scoring method, and it just makes it so much harder for a lot of different decisions.
It looks like so 3 tables were in 3-0. They all made it.
Yeah.
Even with the diamonds not being ideally situated with the
Sure.
blockage.
All right, next hand, and it looks like Michael's going to open a no trump, and Billy's
It's a
going to have
really
a choice.
good 17 count. A really
Yeah.
nice 17 count there by East.
Exactly.
Like
And South just has
3 10s,
pretty fun hand.
a 9, 2 8s.
Do you think he's going to upgrade and open a club then? With this
I
hand?
think that it's
mean,
pretty close to worth it.
It
It's
is.
really-
I mean, those intermediate cards are ridiculous.
both
Like,
of those
some them-
major suits are way more powerful than they look. Right? Like
Yeah.
the catch partner with the Jack of Hearts, and you might take 3
You
art
see
tricks.
this? Zach maybe needs a break, or there was something flashing up that said Zach
Like
needs
a chat
tournament
thing.
director. And then Ken accepted the call. What is that? Kevin R.
Kevin Rosenberg.
Thank you.
That he played 1 heart doubled, and the defense let him out for down 1.
I see.
The defense was clearly,
You know what?
What?
I swear to God, this whole time I thought we were watching Kevin and Zach rather than Michael and Zach.
Oh, that's
It's
funny.
Great. Yeah, because when I said Kevin, this young player, Michael's not necessarily the young player. There can't be there are too many Rosenbergs in bridge, Gavin.
There's no such thing as too many Rosenbergs.
And too many of them play with Zach. It's hard to keep them all straight.
Well, the other room played 1-0. It looks
They
like
might-
Zia
might be on some
Zia
sort of break or
upgraded this
something.
hand to 1 club, just for what it's worth.
And it went a diamond.
No, it went a
double.
club 3 diamonds by Billy's hand.
Nice.
And it went
I like
pass,
that.
pass, and Zia was kind of end played into he could either reopen double or he could just bid 3-0 to protect his king of diamonds. And I like his choice of just protecting the king of diamonds. It feels
He
like
bid 3-0.
the chances you're gonna make 4 of a major are a lot lower than like with a diamond coming through my king than 3-0 trump with just like diamond.
Sure. So we don't know what's going on here. I mean, Michael might just be making a choice here, or there could be some sort of there's some sort of director call possibly. If we want to do want to switch a table here and maybe get ahead at the other
Yeah,
table.
he might have left the room. He's not a smoker. I don't know if they're even allowed to leave during.
Maybe he had to use the bathroom or something. Or?
Okay, so let me bring open. Well, this is an interesting board. What's the other table? Let's jump over to. Well, the problem is I don't want to go forward. What board are we on here? 24.
Yeah. I think we're probably.
Okay,
at one of
let's
the-
watch this board over here in the.
Oh, great.
So this one
Marty's
one
table.
no, one no,
3
3
diamonds, all
diamonds.
check.
Yeah.
Interesting. And there is.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's he's gonna do? You're not. Once you've opened 1-no, you're not gonna balance again after 1-no, 3 diamonds,
Yeah.
pass. Like with the onside king of diamonds, you're just like you did your job. If partner at 8 points, they would put you in games or do something, or 9 points. So you're not gonna balance. And 3 diamonds is fantastic. It's a great spot. You're just gonna lose 3 spades and a club. With the king of diamonds dropping doubleton.
amazing.
But you actually don't need the king of diamonds. Interestingly, on this hand, you don't need the king of diamonds to drop doubleton. It's okay if it's third because you can just work on getting a spade ruff and dummy.
That's right. You can
And
just
either the
continually play
opponents
spades.
can let you rough a spade or they have to play trumps for you. So as long as the king of diamonds is on side and both minors are breaking,
Unless they lead a club, right? Which they're never going to do in this situation, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That is a drop of a trick for sure. I guess only minus 200 at that table.
Yeah.
Roger's taking his time here. Maybe there's a little break at
unopenly.
everyone's
Yeah,
table.
we
What's
jump from
going on
one
here?
table. Let's see if these guys are back. No, Michael's still there.
That's weird.
Maybe the connection's down. Let's check a different table then. Let's see. Let's go to the nickel match. What's going on here? Weinstein and Levin. Are they farther ahead?
At least there's some cards on the table.
Well, let's just check it back. Now I switched to this view so we can see the played cards, so that
You're
we're
right,
not looking
right.
at a hand in the middle. I'll jump back to the card view.
This is the same hand, actually.
Yeah,
A
and you
club,
see
one diamond.
Compton upgraded to a club. 1 diamond over called double pass.
Double pass 3 hearts.
Yeah, 3 hearts showing 16 to 18,
Makes
and
sense.
West has 6 points, so they pass. That's all pretty straightforward. I mean, I would expect that to be a pretty normal auction for those that upgraded the 1-no. The one interesting that 3 diamonds kind of pushed them into this 3-no, and 3-no it doesn't quite make 3-no, but it's hard not to. You have to lead a club and then shift to diamonds to beat 3-no trump. Because Declare's got 8 tricks in the majors.
Yep.
But in 3 hearts,
You roughed high, and he gets the pitch. Nice. Down 2. Okay, we're now forward to the next hand, which looks like it's going to be pretty damn interesting also.
okay, we can stay here. That's all good. I've switched back to the view.
Stevie open in this hand in the north chair, white.
White red first chair.
flat.
Okay, there it is with the spots and spades.
All right, 1 club. Interesting choice of seats too, because Chris is sitting there with a 7-card club suit.
I wouldn't be surprised
3 clubs
if he
be,
bids
just
3.
preemptive?
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
clubs is preemptive. When they open 1 club and you
Even
jump
with
to
Jack
3
10 4 with the
clubs.
hearts and partner being a passed hand, an unpassed hand.
I mean, yeah, he didn't do it, but I think I gotta. I mean, I feel like I would do it. I would probably do
the
it.
clubs are so good.
Yeah.
Even vulnerable though. He's happy to see that bid, or unhappy now. He wishes he bid 3 clubs now.
Okay, so you want to stay here on this, or should we jump back? Because our table that we were watching is back.
Let's
What do you think?
let's circle back and we'll get it. We got a nice
We'll,
sneak
we'll,
preview of this one, and we'll see what happens.
okay.
Okay, so what did they choose to
So where are
lead
we?
here?
So Michael Rosenberg just also upgraded by opening a club. I
Got it.
definitely think that's the right approach.
Yeah,
And this time Billy only overcalled a diamond, and now they played some special system here where
Showing
two
the
clubs
majors
showed
here.
4-4 in the majors. So now East was
Got
like,
it.
well, if you're 4-4 in the majors, hopefully you've
Let's play a
got
game.
3 diamonds and 2 clubs, and we'll be good to go. But they got what they wanted. That partner had
Looks-
3 diamonds and 2 clubs. But the Queen of Clubs was a pretty useless card. So 4 hearts is, and the hearts are breaking 5-0.
Yeah, they
so
always have a heart loser here, no matter what. And then if they don't, as long as they don't lead a diamond, they're gonna get 2 diamonds, a club, and at least a heart, right?
they're getting 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, and
Yeah, sorry, 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, and
and
at least a heart.
Yeah, exactly.
A safe spade lead there. Safe-ish.
Yeah, it's definitely the lead. So he's gonna suffer here.
So David, the reason the upgrade comes from the East Hand is just the intermediate cards are unbelievably amazing, and the major suit holdings are spectacular.
Yeah, I think the
right?
major suit holdings are just like you 7 points are only usually good for 2 tricks, right? But when you have Ace King 10 fourth, Ace King 10 8, if your partner just has like the 9 of spades, we're gonna take an extra spade trick, or like if partner has the Jack of Hearts, we're gonna take 3 heart tricks possibly, or 4 heart tricks.
4.
Yeah, even if partner has nothing in hearts, we might take 4 heart tricks.
Sure,
It's just so 6 points is for that heart holding is not doing it justice. Is it worth a whole nother point? I don't know. But is Ace King 10 8? It's 7
But then
points.
add to that,
just,
every other 10 and 9 in the hand.
yeah,
is
they're just all of them together
slightly
make this
more
hand have
useful,
at least a trick be worth 1 point more. Like, it's hard to we're not computers who can add like this thing's worth 0.33 this thing, but like somehow between all
Back
of
from
it
Monte
it
Carlo.
felt like it was worth more than more
Michael's
than a 17
been
count.
the curtain is up on the bad news for Michael here. He's sees the diamond pitch.
Yeah, and he knows he's doomed. This actually
Yeah.
won't be too slow of a hand. You see how quickly he just
Yeah.
It's funny, sometimes there's a 5-0 break and then everybody like, okay, that's the hand shuts down. Like for now, like, okay, we got to think about this forever. How am I going to make this? This was one of the 5-0 breaks, like, oh, okay,
we're done.
Nothing I can do.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's just making sure that he gets one of the roughs.
Yeah, here comes the absolutely most obvious play.
And he can actually read that 4 of diamonds is from a doubleton or a singleton, because it's the higher of the 2 spots. And now he cashes the ace.
No, it's just everything's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, he's not making it. 1-0, opening 1-0 worked out really well in the other room, but I'm surprised South didn't bid over 1-0.
I know. How do you pass with this hand?
Yeah, you have
It's
7
11 cards
I
or
guess
10 cards.
he was
diamonds?
hoping that he would get to lead diamonds and get in with his club and take his diamonds, but did not work out well for him when they just took 4 heart tricks and 4 spade tricks and a diamond.
It's kind of
they
weird.
just took 9 tricks off the top, and you're cold with 3 diamonds.
You don't necessarily expect it always to go 1-0 trump all float when you have those major suit holdings. Maybe he was gonna come in afterwards after some sort of transfer or something like that.
I think
but
that's
that
even
seems
all
weird.
the more reason to get in there with a 3 diamond bid is
Right,
because
now you
have,
obstruct the whole process.
You make it so much harder for them to find a major fit. Like you pass, they transfer. It was a little bit like what we were talking about earlier. When like they transfer, now we compete. Now they can decide to compete to 3.
Well, just as a general strategy, like in the junior house, what I kept hearing over and over again was it's important to put the opponents on difficult decisions when you can, and when you can relatively safely. And I think this is a hand that is relatively safe to get your hand out there, preempt, and make it more difficult for them. Right? I just think that's a general good strategy when it's available. Right? You don't want to be nutso, right? But some disciplined bids like this are pretty good.
overcalling at the 3 level over 1 no trump is just so effective. It's like why part of the reason I like multi-landy is because I'm stuck bidding 3 of a minor with my long minor hands because
Right.
I love getting in their face with 3 of a minor. It is so hard. It's so much more difficult to bid when they jump to 3 of a minor.
Especially when you haven't discussed your methods properly for those sorts of high level interference. Like you have some ways you can combat these, but if you haven't seen it enough, it's really tough.
Yeah, I like 3 diamonds over 1
Sure.
club as well. If my
Yeah.
partner was a passed hand, I'd much prefer 3 diamonds. Get in their face. The only thing is you have a pretty good hand for game. Even opposite a passed hand, there's a chance.
Yeah, you might make 3 no trump sometimes if partner has like.
But I'm
something
with you. I like
reasonable
3
there.
diamonds over a club too. So no, I don't really have a preference of who wins this tournament. I want my friends to win. I'm not gonna say who my friends are, but I'm rooting for my friends, not because I feel like it's gonna give me a better chance in the World Championships or anything. I don't. Whoever the USA team, it's gonna be a competitive team. That's gonna be a tough match if we are lucky enough to play against them later in the event. So I'm definitely not looking at this event thinking about who my opponent is gonna be. More who am I gonna spend 3 weeks in Marrakesh with?
Marrakesh with.
Yeah, that's more where I would say. Yeah. All right, so this is the board we got a little preview of. I'm pretty sure Gary's also going to open with a club. If he doesn't open, I think Michael's definitely. I mean, this is a Mulligan. He didn't open.
Yeah, here he goes.
Okay, so I think Michael's
so he's
going to
gonna be
open
3
3 clubs, even with the 4-card major outside. He's just got such a good club suit, and it's it's also the kind of club suit that's not going to play well in hearts. It's not like it's Ace Jack 10 7th, where
Right.
if partner's got a stiff club, we have no club losers, and we'll be able to set him up.
Here, if they have a stiff club, they might not have an entry to this hand at some point. So you passed. All right.
Didn't bid. Okay.
So now
It's
South is
definitely
just
my.
gonna
I
open
would
it.
have bid 3 clubs
Is it-
over 1 club. I would have bid 3 clubs over.
Is he going to
pass.
go a diamond, 3 diamonds on this hand? Zach has a pretty darn good diamond suit.
A diamond, 3 diamonds, negative double, if that's the case.
That
We
would
qualified
be-
by winning this last year. That's how we qualified for the question.
These are 2. The Bermuda Bowl is always a 2-year shebang, right? 1 year USA 1 gets crowned, and then the next year.
It's not
USA 2.
always like that because there's 1 year where there's only 1 team, and so it's a little, and then there's 1 year where anybody's allowed to play. So in fact, it's only it goes 1 team qualify, 1 team qualify, 1 team qualify, 2 teams qualify. That's the cycle. It's like every 4th year they have one that qualifies 2 teams.
Okay, so now he has a delayed 3 diamond bid, but they found their spade fit here. And Michael got in with just a 2 club overcall as well.
I would double with Kohler's hand. I would want to like kind of invite and I would do it with double because you have ace queen ace and your partner's open a diamond. Like you
just
only
bid 4
have a
spades.
4-4 fit. I think the chances you're going to be able to beat 3 diamonds enough tricks is the opponents are vulnerable and they didn't overcall 3 diamonds. I'm surprised he didn't consider double as an option. You know that partner's got 4 diamonds because he opened a diamond. A partner won't pass with 3 diamonds. You have ace queen ace, and you only have an 8-card fit. Like how is 4 spades even going to do on this hand? It's 4 spades. It's dead, right? You're off.
You're off a spade, a couple diamonds, and
but you
whatever
also
else.
just don't have.
You're not going to be able to rough anything.
Like you don't have tricks on the hand, so it's.
And the opponents just might.
There he is, Zach
bunch
taking a
of tricks.
piece.
There you go. And Jay Don was talking about this earlier. We're rarely going to see an undoubled contract at the Grossack table, and here it comes. It's a pretty good double by him, right? He's got to know he can't know necessarily that Michael's hand is this bad.
No, he knows a passed hand just leapt to game.
Right.
And he has 3 spades, so he knows they're not in like a 6-4 spade fit
of a side suit.
Yeah, it was a very good double, pretty standout double. They're in so much trouble. It looks like 3 spades made, so they can get out for down 1 maybe on this hand.
If they're careful, right?
But he had 5. How many down was 3 diamonds? 2 diamonds, a club, 2 hearts, and 2 spades. 800 they had in 3 diamonds instead of just playing a tough 4-4 game with a minimum hand opposite 11 points, where a game is going to be touch and go, and the diamonds are sitting over your partner. You're not going to. I'm amazed that he didn't think about going for penalties. Like that his hand screams a penalty double with 3 diamonds. I'll be surprised if other people if that doesn't happen at some table.
Yeah, can you can't sweat this board without leaving, or can you? Just to see
I
what
can look at, yeah, I can check it out. What board number is this? This is
or maybe
25.
can I do that too from that link that someone dropped in there earlier? Maybe I can be doing that on the side
This
as
is
well.
so somebody was in 2 diamonds for 500. Somebody made 4 spades.
There it is.
How did they
Wow.
get? How did Weinstein?
cool.
Yeah, Weinstein just made a support double. He opened and made a support double, and
then
Bobby floated
just
it.
floated it
That
out.
was a good float. That was a
Yeah,
good
no
float by
kidding.
Bobby there. Yeah, only 4 of
Amazing.
them on side, but he was white against red. We've been seeing this. This has been a
And
theme this
he's
year.
a good hand, right?
Passing these support doubles. I never thought it was a thing. And honestly, Mexstroth one time told me, yeah, like I said, I thought about passing that support double, and he gave me that. Oh, you should never pass a support double. And I'm like, wow, really? Okay, I took that. I wrote that one down in my brain. You know, when Mech tells you something like
Here's
that,
Bobby
you're like,
just,
that's in.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
then,
no,
but
it's saying,
then
yeah, there are
it's
certain
been
players you
it's been a
just take to the
theme.
bank.
Like I played a regional recently with Vince where we kept doing it, and it just kept getting us numbers. And yeah, even practicing against my teammates, they keep passing me in support doubles, and I keep going for numbers. This is not the right table. Not the right table.
Yeah, you're
Not the
live
right
there.
table.
There
We're back.
we go.
We're back.
All right, so what has happened so far? He's just going to try to hook partner up with. How many tricks do they have so far?
East West has 3, and they're not going to get away without the ace of trumps. So they're definitely going down. Does he have a chance of making?
He has to rough clubs high, or just lead a spade.
He looks like he might end up going down an extra 1 here.
Yeah, he can just play spade, right?
No, he's going to play a diamond and force him to rough.
Oh,
out
sorry,
the
partners void and diamonds here as well, so they're going to have to play the 9 of spades.
Oh, but no, he has a squeeze. He's going to squeeze East with 4 cards to go. He's going to have Ace, Queen, 5 of hearts.
He's going to have the 8 of clubs
and
as
the 8 of clubs.
threat in his hand.
I would like to click this one through, but
well, this one will be a win for Zach and Michael's team, which is still a pretty close match, Gavin. 9 imp swing here, and they're going to pick up a little more. I don't know. Gary's a deliberate player from what I can see so far. I haven't had too much exposure to playing against him, but I would say everybody's probably more deliberate in these events anyway, right, Gavin?
Well, I think that like when you get to a certain play, a trick in a hand, and you kind of know you have all the information, but you need to piece it all together.
Double check.
That's definitely when I get my slowest. Is like there's some point where like you know everything. It's just what's going on? What's my best play? How do I what piece of information am I missing in the puzzle? Where do I find that last piece of information to finish it off? Like that's really what he's going on with, and now here he has to overtake this. He's fine. The squeeze already happened. The squeeze already happened.
Squeeze happened on the diamond play.
Yeah, it happened on the diamond play. That's interesting. Because if he had pitched a club, and then he could have just roughed out the club, and the club would have been good.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be 100, and so it's six sims back to Lebowitz, so they'll be up 15 now.
Yep.
But a missed opportunity for the Simpson team, though. They could have had 800 instead. They were minus 100.
Yeah. And that would have been, 560? That's like, 12, 13?
Yeah, 800, 660 would have been 12.
660, sorry. All right. There we go. Next case.
We have 5 boards to go. This is a slow table, it feels like, which is what we wanted. We wanted a slow table.
I might have to duck out like a minute or two prior, but,
It's all good. See these 120 board matches, it's just so much bridge. It's so much bridge, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Is that a sleeping person in that emoji?
Yeah. This is a 1-no Trump opener, and then both majors on the left probably, and
Yeah, well, I'm sure that let's see what they place that weird
just play
system.
multi-land.
Let's
Or
see
do
what
they
it
play
is. Two
something?
clubs majors probably.
But that was yeah, there you go. So that was in the balancing seat also after a pass 10. I don't know if that would be any different for
Oh,
them,
it
but
could be. Yeah.
but here this does look like a good version of this, because you get that bit in between to
Yeah, exactly.
discuss.
When East has equal length in the majors over two clubs, they get the opportunity to just bid two diamonds.
Yeah.
He might do that anyway with this hand. He might bid two diamonds because when
Because
you're
there's ace 10.
when you're 2-3, if partner's 5-4 with five spades and four hearts, you'd rather play in spades than
Sure.
hearts because they're gonna make partner rough in one of the minors. It's a lot easier to play the hand when you have a five trumps and they make you rough than when you have four trumps. And so I think he's gonna bid two diamonds.
Yeah, he beat you to it, Pixie. They're saying exactly what you just said, which is great.
Because over two diamonds, partner's supposed to bid two hearts when they have equal length. So when they bid two spades, it's always because they have five spades and four
5-4.
hearts. It's not which one is better. But if you're 5-5, you'd always bid two hearts, and that's how you. In order just
It's
for
kind of
this
like
hand.
Stamen, right?
Yeah.
If you bid spades, you would be denying 5 of those hearts.
Yeah.
And there it is, as
And now
predicted.
South could easily
South
double,
double?
although
Yeah.
I will say that South has
There it is.
a lot of major suit points to be describing to their partner that they want to compete.
And they
to the
provide
3
Zach
level.
with another descriptive bid.
Yeah, he got to
actually with
show
the
his
double.
equal length exactly.
Yeah, that's we're guessing that's equal length there, and I think that's Krish that I'm
I
answering.
can click it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Krish.
Yep.
No, you. He says.
No, you. Yeah, same. Yeah, it's your choice. No, it's your choice. By all means, you first.
And pass would definitely be like, I actually, I mean, I guess this is a weird auction because you never really want to play two diamonds double. Typically in these auctions, though, when they double your two diamond bid, pass would say, I'm interested in playing diamonds or I'm capable of playing in diamonds. But it's a little weird.
Michael did choose spades here, even with the information of equal length.
Obviously, he misunderstood what it meant.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought redouble asked for the highest suit.
And Zach is now bid 3
Wow.
spades. And Michael is going to say, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, Kohler at some point might take a piece. He definitely would double 4.
Yeah.
I wonder what he thought redouble was.
Right. This is not an unestablished part. They've played a fair amount, right?
Yeah, but this is a
Michael and
weird
Zach?
one. This is one
Yeah,
you don't
but
see.
it's not right. They're not. It's not like Hampson and Greco, who've been playing together for 20 years, or Levin and Weinstein for that matter, have been playing together for.
I have to tell you,
forever.
I find it so much easier to play with somebody who I'm kind of freshly playing with them. So like a partnership reaches like a 6 or 7 year mark, it becomes a lot more difficult to know your agreements because you've been playing so long and things have changed so much. Like, did we play it that way? Which way did we used to play it? And which way do we play now?
Did we decide
and over set like so. I actually prefer to be in the environment where I'm with a new partner and just not making my partner, not putting my partner through struggles. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, so Ace of Diamonds lead to this one. Other room was 3 clubs making with the North-South cards. I guess North found some sort of way to get in there with a club. Maybe they balanced with something after they found a 2 major fit. That sounds like it could be possible, right? A no trump, something, blah, blah. Hearts, 3 clubs.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's check it out.
It doesn't matter.
This is what I'm saying. I'd like to click and just have it be there. There's no way for me to just look at the other room's result quickly, their auction, which is something you pretty much would always want to be able to do. So, so the auction in the other room was 2 clubs majors past 2 hearts, pass, and Adam Grossack just balanced 3 clubs in the North hand and bought it there.
Yep.
kind of amazing to me that at the one table, Zach Grossack like willingly went to the 3 level inviting game, and at the other table, Jeff Aker uh, did not compete to the 3 level when the opponents had won the
Yeah,
contracting
when
clubs.
given the actual,
Yeah, like being
forced to make
there.
that decision,
Yeah, which is
right?
pretty
Where Zach
pretty
just
interesting.
freely kind of kicked it in. Although we're not sure, we're not sure what might have happened to produce the 2-spade bid. I think there's something kind of wonky there, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I know what's happened with Zach. This is what happened. Okay, so normally,
Is it between pass and redouble?
if you're well, maybe he thought that because partner chose spades, that the fact that they went through 2 diamonds meant that they had
They
the
had a
kind of
stronger hand.
hand that they were planning on going 2 diamonds past 2 hearts past 2 spades to show
To
it
invite.
like a good 2-spade bid, and now he felt like he was compelled to bid 3 spades. That could
I
be
think that
easily,
makes the most sense.
that does make
Yeah.
that partner was just supposed to bid 2 spades with 3-2. It's 3 spades, and yeah.
Oh, this is nice. He gets to shake a loser on loser here. Basically, he's going to force North to rough.
So
And
north
they're
south
gonna
have
lose
this.
they're
This
gonna
is
lose a
their third
spade and a
trick. It's
heart,
still
right?
fine because they can't
Yeah.
get to they can't get to east twice to finesse hearts twice.
Right.
They could pick up this heart suit for no losers, but they would need to reach the east hand twice, and there's only the ace of spades. He's gonna play.
And that would
play back
open up a
club.
rough on the 3rd round anyway, right? So, so you can take a spade finesse here.
So it's going to end up being a push board if he goes 1 down here in 3 spades. Is he going to?
Yeah, 'cause
Does
it's
he know?
110 opposite
Yeah,
100.
he does. He does know that the ace of clubs is with north. He does because
he's probably just gonna play.
South would never have played diamond, diamond, diamond with a singleton club and dummy before cashing the ace. If he had ace king in the minors, he would have cashed the
Sure.
king of
He
clubs
would have
before
cashed
playing
it,
that
'cause
third
he would
diamond. So
fear going away. At the
he
end,
would see what just happening. Like that was obvious. So he
It's
knows
just
now
kind of
the
a
ace of
spade to
clubs
the
is
ace
with
of
north.
spades.
So I think he's pretty close to knowing for sure that South has everything else. Ace king of diamonds and they didn't play the jack of clubs right here. So I think he really does know the whole hand. So what's he doing? He's just playing for down 1.
Which is a chop, which is all he needs at this point, basically.
It's not clear he's only down 1. Can he? If he goes ace king of hearts and a
Sure.
heart, he pitches a club
There
and
it
then they
is.
play another diamond. Might be
It
able
does
to get
tap
another
it
trick.
down, and now what happens is you have to play ace of spades, spade, and then he can go club or another diamond. Guess it doesn't matter at that point. There it is. No, now he just pitches a heart and wins and plays ace of spades, spade, right?
Yeah, he'll rough if
That's
he
it.
pitches a heart. North will
Oh,
rough.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually think so.
It's
He roughs
over.
Jack. I don't know if there's anything that Declare can do on this end. I think he's going to lose 2 tricks.
He has to rough jack here.
No, he just let him rough
Or he
it.
can pitch. Okay. So that's going to be
2
down
down.
2.
So now it'll be 3 M's for Simpson.
Right, now it's a 90. Yep. All right. What 4 boards left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to take a look at the score sheet
Let's do it. The scores are
while
here.
they finish? Going to be minus 200 for this team here.
1 second. It is here.
This is one of the closer ones, I would guess, still. And it looks like, Fleischer is somewhat closer, I guess.
It's getting there. It's down to what is that?
Picked up a little bit.
17 imps.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw the Fleischer match. Oh, they had a lot of swings. I don't know. This was the one where
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
where they bid 3-0 Trump, where Zia opened. Oh no,
This is the one with the 6-card diamond suit, ace queen something.
and
Yeah.
what did Zia go 4 down in 3-0? Is that what happened? Was that what that 400 was, or was it? No, they made it. So
3-0.
They
East
won 11 imps back.
equals-
I see the flight
Yeah.
shrimps. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
They missed. Oh, we got a slam coming
That's the
up,
one with
so-
king 10 of diamonds, right? It was king small of diamonds in one hand, or
Yeah.
and we're back to live. Okay.
So yeah, we're back to live. Sorry about that. So it goes interesting.
Ooh, look at the one that Trump did.
1-0.
Whoa, legal still, absolutely.
And
Still
then
king
two
of clubs.
clubs from East. They're playing some weird system. I mean, it's not. They
I
play.
don't know what this
They
is.
do something. They do something here because normally with that East hand
Yeah.
you would just transfer to spades. So they play something that I think I know what they play. This is
Right,
something
Gurr.
Joe grew. Again, I don't know if it's invented by Joe and Brad, but definitely they definitely play it. They play over 1-0 that they always use 3 clubs Stamen when they're looking for a 4-card major. So 2 clubs
And
for
they
them
use
always
puppet
promises 8 cards in the majors. So they're either
Interesting.
4-4
In any way.
or
5-3.
So their
one
plan
way.
with this
Could it
hand
be
would have been
6-2?
to fake Smolin. So if it went
Interesting.
2 clubs, 2 diamonds, they would have been 3 hearts fake Smolin. If it went 2 clubs, 2 hearts, they jump to 3-no trump, and that because their Stamen promises
they don't
8
need
cards
real
in the majors.
Yeah.
So that's how
pretty
they
sweet.
find a 5-3 heart fit. It's kind of a pretty high end expert thought process.
Yeah. And requires discussion and practice. It's club lead.
So they didn't even
pretty well here.
sniff Slam. Slam was Slam a good contract? Yeah, Slam was it was not a good contract at all. You're
You
off
have to
the
lose
Ace of
a heart and a
Spades.
spade.
No, it's a terrible Slam. It's a terrible Slam.
Yeah.
Sorry, I saw a bunch of people bid Slam, but no, you're off the Ace of Spades. You have the Ace of Clubs
And you
throws
just don't
away.
have enough pitches and hearts.
You happen to on this hand because you can.
Yeah,
buff out
because the Queen of Clubs is Doubleton now. Yeah, that's a nice piece here. He is going to make 6, actually.
only because they didn't lead a heart.
Right. Other room made 6. Yeah, they're on the path to 6 as well. They'll just rough clubs out. It's pretty much the normal play from this point, right, Kevin?
With 4-4 in the majors, they bid 2 clubs. They promise 8 cards in the majors when they bid 2 clubs. That's what they play.
Yeah, not normal, right? So, but they, I like that system though, especially it's a lower level stuff. They probably have like invitational sequences that are much more useful as a result. Also,
I'm a simple man. I know how
I know
to play
what I love
Stamen.
those, like-
I know how to play Stamen, and I don't screw up my Stamen. So like adding some complicated system like that, it just drive me crazy. I can't play bridge like that, honestly. Those things, like every one of those agreements in isolation is fine. But when you start adding
at the table
like
and remembering it,
80 of them to your system, it's just I can't play well when I have that much system. So whatever expected value there is for those grade of
well, the hands have to come up to make it worthwhile too, which you might not.
and it has to not
nothing
weigh on
for
you though.
40
Like you
use
need
of it,
so much mental energy to get through these sessions without like miscounting a hand. Never mind like
or like you said, figuring out what we changed it to from what we originally agreed it as. Well, yeah, they play 1-0 3 clubs. As
they have to bid
1-0
1-0 3 clubs puppet anytime they're specifically looking for a 4-card major. So they don't care if they're 4-2 in the majors. They always go through 3 clubs. That's what they do.
Unless what do they do with a hand that doesn't have enough to game for us?
I don't know. You're asking me. I know what Vinny and Cran do. They use their 2 diamond transfer for that hand. It's just more garbage.
Let's just stop talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just stop talking about the system because it's all confusing now. And here it is. They've roughed out the club.
For those
already.
of you watching at home,
no,
just so you know, you should feel comfortable knowing that I'm just as we're just as confused about the system stuff as you are.
Yeah.
So I really wish the game was played. Everybody played like straight down the middle, and yeah.
They're actually only going to make 5. They didn't rough out the club. I think I don't know what they did there. I didn't kind of see the past few tricks, but they didn't rough a low club. That's for sure.
All right, so we were looking at the scorecard, which was back one notch from here, and we were seeing that, Rosenthal's Bramley's making a little comeback there, and this is what happens in these
look at
100,
that. That's
120 board
recent,
matches.
Too.
Yeah,
that's within the last few boards that they've.
No lead is
grinded that up
safe.
there.
Like there's so many
True.
boards. It's just you can have 70 imp segments, like 60.
Yep.
It's like I've had matches where at one point I was up 80
I've seen
and
'em.
like I was down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Down
exactly.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, we were down by 30.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, there it was. Yeah, gotcha. Thank you, M. Bodell. All right, how many more chances to excel here? 3 more chances. We have a pretty normal opening of a club and rebid of 2 no, I guess, but it's going to go a spade, so they'll probably bid 3 or 4 spades with this hand. And it looks like this is a ho-hum like 4 spade contract. Yeah. Looks pretty normal here, unless
Yeah,
something weird
it'll just be
happens.
interesting to see East rebid with 18 and a doubleton, whether
Yeah.
they
See
bid
the
3
fours.
spades showing 16 to 18, or whether they go straight to 4 showing 19. I like that hand.
What would you do?
I think I would just
Or
bid
bid
game.
4?
Yeah, bid a
Yeah.
game.
And in
Just
format, even
also,
more
you just don't
reason.
have any wasted, like you don't have a straight jack in your doubleton. All your points are working.
Sure.
You've got great trumps. 8 king jack 10 of hearts. I think this hand looks like 19 to me, so I would definitely would not be risking partner passing in 3 spades.
Well, he took the conservative tack. It's not going to matter. Zach has a clear
No,
4
it's not
spade
gonna
bid,
matter.
so they're getting there. Maybe Michael went super deep game and catered to the 1 spade psych.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give
I mean,
partner a chance to bid 3 now.
what is this board number 28?
Yeah.
Let's see what other people did on this board.
The other room is 4 spades making +1. Looks like they probably lost a heart and a club, I guess. Diamond lead would hold it to 4, right? Because now you just can't pitch a diamond in time.
Diamond lead. Yeah,
You probably get
actually,
3
I like
checks.
that underlead of the ace of clubs there by Gary. Although I also wouldn't have minded the ace of clubs lead by Gary. I think both of those are in the game, because dummy when they jump to 3 spades, they're either going to be a balanced 18-19, in which case the king of clubs is going to hit in the dummy, and then you got a really good chance at just going club rough to beat the hand.
Yeah, especially when partner has queen doubleton or something.
And but then if on the other hand, another way to possibly beat the hand would just be to go ace of clubs, club rough, because dummies might be hitting with 4 clubs. The thing that talks me out of leading ace of clubs with his hand is the fact that he has 3 spades. So the chances of partner having a singleton club go down a lot when you have 3 spades. If he had the same hand but 2 spades and 3 diamonds, I wouldn't have been surprised if he led the ace of clubs, just trying to sniff out that stiff club, because that seems like a pretty reasonable thing to play for on the lead. Yeah, I do. After a minor, spade, 3 spades, I would play first step, would ask partner for shortness. Yeah, I do.
So 3 no would ask for shortness there. Only in the pursuit of slam, obviously.
Yeah. And it would be none, low, high, because there's only 2 singletons you could have.
All right.
Yeah,
That is going to be all she wrote right there. Okay, 12 is too much to claim. There must be some little glitch in the claim thing when you don't play a card over there yet, maybe. That's the 3rd time we've seen that happen so far. Getting used to the new tech. 2 more boards.
Yes. We're on to board number 29. We're around the room on 29. We haven't gone to the next board, though, at this table. But around the room on this next hand, there we go. Finally triggered back. No, it's still the same hand. But people are struggling to get to game with the north-south cards. Some pairs are getting... We're not this hand. Some pairs are getting to game, and some pairs are not. But it looks like north-south can make... They're going to lose a club. They're going to lose a diamond. And a heart. They're basically, and then they're gonna make
the
game.
spade finesse is winning.
But only.
I mean, how do you evaluate this south hand, and how do you bid Stamen?
You
with
start
these
with
hands
Stamen
sometimes?
for sure
Yeah.
with the 5-5 and the weak hand, because you want to find your 9-card fit. It's crazy to just transfer to spades and hope, or transfer to hearts and hope.
Yeah,
So you might as well start with Stamen, and then if partner bids 2 diamonds, your plan is to bid 2 hearts,
which
to
is
show
down.
Okay, so it went double lead directing. Now North is going to pass
because they don't have a club stopper.
because they don't have a club stopper.
And
That's a
East is
common
going to bid 3.
treatment.
I mean, or maybe
Common
they pass.
treatment among experts. You could play either way, but it's definitely better to play pass denies a club stopper. It's really important that we figure out whether we have a club stopper. You see it's alerted there because the opponents are going to lead clubs now. They've doubled for the lead, and so it's really important from here that we have an answer for the club suit if we're going to end up in 3-0. So the way it works is basically you just respond to Stamen normally when you have a club stopper, and you pass when you don't.
Yep.
And now it's gone past 3 clubs, and this is interesting
There it is.
because South, when your partner doesn't have a club stopper, you have a
You
pretty
love
good
this.
playing
Yeah.
strength hand, right?
Singleton club
but
is
what's he
amazing.
supposed to do on this hand? Like what nobody. It's very hard. First of all, like this is a spot where you kind of need agreements. Redouble by North would be like, I got him in 2 clubs. Redouble, yeah. Like they
Good
just made a
luck.
mistake by bidding 2 clubs. Although, or by doubling 2 clubs. Although there's 2 ways you can redouble them. One is by redoubling directly by North, redouble of the double, and the other is to pass and
and
let
wait for the
partner
redouble.
reopen redouble with repeating
be
their
Stamen
stamen,
again. Yep.
right? And then you can pass. So when you have a hand that is 100% sure you want to declare 2 clubs redoubled, you just pass and you let your partner redouble and then you
float
pass.
it.
And that didn't give partner any options. But when you really when you think you want to play 2 clubs redoubled, you redouble, but now a partner knows like you want to redouble, but you aren't like
Yeah, you're not.
I got
you're not
him.
Hondo. Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's exactly. So that's what. So
There,
so he
Billy.
did bid
Yeah.
again, and now
There you
Gary's going to
go.
bid game. So they did well to get the game here. Wonder what the auction was. In
The really important thing you said there, and I just want to reiterate just in case anybody missed it, the fact that partner doesn't have a club stopper makes the south hand that much more powerful because that shortness is so much more useful for partner, number one. And all of those 15 to 17 points the partner has advertised are in diamonds, hearts, and spades, which is better for your hand, right? So this certainly increases the value of the south hand. And also now that they find this nice heart contract, they're going to do quite well. Unfortunately, the other table is one of the rooms that also got to 4 hearts. They have the same auction.
No, so at the other table they didn't have an agreement about showing or denying the club stopper. So they just bid 2 hearts with the North hand. It still went 3 clubs, but now North knew, like, obviously wanted to compete to 3 hearts with their 5-card heart suit, and it went past 4 hearts. It kind of sounded like an invite.
Yeah, North has such a nice hand for hearts also. Just as far as having 4 cards and having, the quick tricks over there, and opposite this hand, it's just going to work out so well for them. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. So at Shan
get a
and
sneak
Kevin
peek.
Dwyer.
Let's get a sneak peek of board 30.
Well, you can hold your horses here.
I want to look ahead here. What did Shan and Kevin Dwyer do? Sorry.
So they went 1-0 past 2 clubs, Stamen double, past denying a stopper. Zia bid 2 diamonds with Michael's hand instead of bidding 3 clubs.
Later.
And now Dwyer bid 2 hearts, which I guess was just weak with the majors because he would have doubled with a good hand.
I see.
But then Shan was like he raised 3. And Kevin didn't kick it in, which is I'm surprised. Like it's pretty. I mean, they are playing 14 to 16, and I guess he did buy like an absolute perfect hand, 14 to 16. So, but he could have. The fact that partner heard that we bid 2. I'll just let me bring it in here so you can see the auction. So I'm not just talking about it. So after 2 diamonds, South bid 2 hearts. You can see
North
here,
bid 3 hearts freely.
And 2 hearts here. It's just like a weak hand. It's just that I was bidding garbage Stamen, and if with a good hand, South would double 2 diamonds, values, takeout, forward going. So that's how you know 2 hearts is just a weak hand. And now it goes past, and Shan had such a good hand that he's like, I hear you that you've got a weak hand, but I'm gonna bid again. Maybe Shan could have just gone straight to 4.
Looks like at another table they're playing 4 clubs in the East-West cards.
So that was in the nickel room, but then I got to go here and then click the other table. No, because I'm on the home. Brutal. That button should definitely be active when is it this table? No.
No, we
But now I can go to the other table because it wasn't a hand record. Okay, so it's this table. They had the same auction as this
Yep.
room. No, South passed.
No, it went 3 clubs pass, and then North. Bid
Which is
3
well,
yards.
it's interesting because in this auction, when South passes 3 clubs, North now knows South had like a garbage stamen hand, and they're like, I have all my points are working. It's like both sides kind of can see that it's a touch and go game. It was interesting spot.
And 4 clubs is what are they going to lose over there? They're going to lose another spade and a diamond, right?
2 spades, a heart, and a diamond. They're going to go 1 down. Yeah. Oh, at the other table they played 3 clubs. Oops, wrong one. Where am I going? Other table. No, not that one. Oh yeah, that one. They played 3 clubs, but it's the other. I'm done jumping around. I'm going back to our table.
Yeah, they were
too hard for me. This maybe when I was 20, I could handle all this technology.
The multi-table poker sphere.
Yeah, for real. I could do it. It's the navigation. It's not. I'm taking the blame here, but this is me being a good partner to the software right now.
I just want everyone to notice that there's been a few misclicks around that have not been pointed out at all. You know, the chat over here is much nicer actually. No one gives you grief for misclicking. You know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
There's too many trolls on my channel. I'm just kidding. My channel is awesome. I love all of you.
If you are watching this and you've never seen us before, Rob and I do a show every Wednesday morning on Rob's YouTube channel. It's Bridge Lesson. If you Google Bridge Lesson YouTube and subscribe every Wednesday morning at 10:15, we are live.
10 a.m.
Oh, 10, right.
Yeah, we switched.
See,
switched. You don't remember our new agreement.
Yeah, I show up at 9:58 every week. All right, so here we go. It's the last hand. It goes a diamond, a no trump.
And a very automatic no trump overcall, wouldn't you say, with this hand?
Yeah, for sure. You
right?
have stoppers. It's interesting. This north hand is kind of interesting. It's you have a diamond fit, so you kind of have a hand that looks like you might actually make in diamonds or spades. I imagine that they play some system here, although it's Billy and Gary, so I'm not 100% sure that they play system here. But in most people in this event are going to play something similar to what they play
like
over
don't
one no
or
trump.
Something. Yeah.
We play multi-landy. A lot of people play multi-landy over one no overcall. So he could have bid 2 spades and a minor.
Didn't equate.
He didn't, but it wouldn't have been crazy to do it because it does look like the opponents are probably going to find their way. Now it's gone.
Super likely they have a diamond fit on this hand on an auction like this as well. So they just.
Well, if they don't have a diamond fit north south, then they have
they have
a 5-4 spade fit exactly.
9 spade fit, yeah. And it's just gonna probably go 3 clubs now.
Yeah, East after a no trump overcall, East seems like a game forcing hand. I'm surprised that the other table didn't reach game.
Is it possible? How is that possible? How wouldn't you force the game?
Yeah, after a no trump overcall, a solid 9 count is definitely enough to game force.
Is it possible they didn't overcall a no trump or something? Is that it chose to do something different?
It went 2 diamonds past 2 hearts. Now North bid 2 spades, which I see that too. But still, East bid 3 clubs. Oh, but he bid 3 clubs that when they bid 2 spades. Let me bring it in here for a second. Sorry, I'm gonna.
3 clubs takes on a different connotation there.
So this is the other table we're looking at right now, where when a diamond, a no trump by West, pass, and East bid 2 diamonds, and it went pass and transfer
North
accepted with 2
spades.
But now North came in with 2 spades. So over 2 spades, East bids change. Normally 3 clubs, like in the auction we just saw on the other table here. Just flip back for a second. This 3 club bid is natural and game forcing. But when the opponents come in here with 2 spades, now East can just double to show values with a game forcing hand, and 3 clubs is supposed to be more competitive. So when it went 3 clubs, I don't know if Doug meant it that way because he hasn't a full 9. That should be more like a 5-5 hand with like 5 points. That's what 3 clubs sounds like to me there. But when he bid 3 clubs, now West didn't really realize that they were in a game game forcing auction.
Well, no, because exactly. And West bid 3 diamonds, and maybe East didn't like that also. Bid 3 hearts. I don't know. It's weird. But can we circle back to our table?
Yeah, our table. We're here.
Someone was asking, why did Zach fast arrive on this one by bidding 4 hearts, and I just say he has kind of a normal minimum for his range as
partner's a past hand. Partner's a past hand. You don't have a slam.
You're not going to slam, and there's no need to kind of conserve room for any extra bids as well for that reason.
Yeah, thank you for the plug there in the chat, Eddie. Every Tuesday I run a free duplicate game. All you have to do is be a member of my website, wolperbridge.com. You play 8 boards. It's for intermediate, advanced players. And afterwards I go over the 8 boards in a video when I'm not there, or live. Like this week I'll be there live. So it's free to play, free to come to the commentary afterwards. I just kind of do it as a thing for my students, and anybody's welcome to join. There's
also, I have a weekend game that's all just robots, and then a video by me. So if you want to play in that, you can click on that link and sign up for free, and also just play on BBO on the weekends. So lots of opportunities to play and learn. Your game is up to like 50 tables.
It's hit and miss. Some weeks it's in that area. Yeah, it's around 50.
Yeah.
So that's it. So let's check out the scores. This is going to be a win for the Leibowitz team on the last hand for bidding game. I think it was a misunderstanding in the other room. I don't think it was a judgment issue.
Yeah, 3 hearts was forcing. One of them thought 3 hearts was forcing. One of them didn't.
And then all we got to do is get back to the scorecard, which live, that button. There we go. Boom.
There we go.
So this is what it looks like at the end of the second segment. For those of you who just caught this on Facebook and you've never seen the USBF event before or anything about that, there's 2 ways that you can figure out what to do as far as watching it. The main one is I'm gonna just make this a little let me just make this a little smaller so you can actually see my just give me a second. My web browser is the main way is I got all my tabs there. The main way is you just come to this and go to you type lovebridge.com, and up here at the top there's a hamburger button there that I just clicked, and over there you see VUGRAPH on the left, and you click that, and you can watch this on your own. You can and if you click this little TV icon, whoever's broadcasting, I'm pretty sure if that's what happens, we'll see you'll see who's broadcasting. It won't be us. I think the next segment is going to be I think Larry Cohen and David Berkowitz, which is always awesome to listen to those guys talk.
Yeah, old school
but
pair right there.
You can come in here and click through all these results like I have been and follow it pretty well, and tell other people about it, because people are not as quick to find this stuff through the USBF website or through this Love Bridge as they would normally do through BBO when the VUGRAPH light ticks on. And share it on Facebook. If you see this video on Facebook, share it around. People let people know. People don't know how to watch this bridge, so it would definitely be good if you see this, go to the Bridge Winners Facebook page, find the video, hit the share button, and tell your friends, hey, you can watch commentary on the best event in US Bridge, and so thank you very much for showing up.
Lots and lots of bridge left. Some matches getting much closer, and honestly, with 6 segments left, there's a whole bunch left to go, and we could be tight in any or all of these matches at any point. So check back with us, and don't forget wolperbridge.com and bridgelesson.com, and we'll see you, I'm sure, back for one of these or Wednesday mornings or whenever you catch us. And Gavin, thanks for inviting me, buddy.
Yeah,
I love hanging out on your channel here.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, it's different perspective. You just get to sit there.
I just get to sit here with a microphone. It's pretty awesome.
And make snarky comments about my clicking.
What?
About my clicking.
Never. I was just saying that usually our audience more is hopping on me on Wednesday mornings, and here, it's a much calmer, relaxing way. So I like it, and
I hear you. It's definitely not more relaxing here with my 3-screen setup and all this stuff going on.
You've done a wonderful job of it, though, and it's always fun to kind of hang out and talk bridge with you. So any day is a good day, my friend.
Cool. Well,
and I will not be finding a girlfriend coming in to take me away, but I have my niece and nephew here, so I'm going to go hang out with them, and I will see you soon, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.